How do you spell rememberable? Why you got the light off in there? What's going on in there? Why didn't you grab a whole thing? What, like a whole bag?
I just wanted the rest of them that I had.
That's gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
All right. You got something to drink with that? Oh yeah, you might have that thing in there still. All right. How do you consider what's important when reading a book? Vanny gotta stop. My friend she just butchered me. Let me tell her I'm going live. You can join and talk or chat. She's funny. She gotta stop. She's making me laugh. God. I'm still laughing at this. All right, I just spent like 2 minutes and 30 seconds laughing at my friend. She just butchered me. I guess I might as well tell you what it was about now. She asked me, "Have you read the Gospel of Judas?" And I said, "Some of it. You?" She was like, "I don't remember. Maybe, possibly." I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "You remember that?" And I thought she was talking about me and her reading it because we read a lot together. So I said, "Remember what?" No, we didn't read it. I just got it recently. She said, "You said you read some of it. So I'm asking if you remember what he's talking about." I said, "Oh, I barely remember any of it. It wasn't that important to remember." Then this is where she butchers me. She said, "How do you consider what's important when reading a book?" She said, I'm trying not to laugh. How do you, maybe I should just keep going. How do you consider what's important when reading a book? And how can you and how can you barely remember when you just got it? She's funny. Hey, Trip, I don't know if that's you, but if you are here, let me know. We can continue with the convo. But I don't know if that might be somebody else who's watching. But we was just having a biblical spiritual chat about the Nephilim, the fallen angels, and whether buildings was built by the Nephilim before the flood, and then people are discovering them now and stuff like that. Um, and which buildings they could be or is, things like that. But any other biblical spiritual chat is fine too. Cause I don't know if Trip is here yet. Maybe that's somebody else. If y'all got another topic or chat, question, whatever. Let me see if I could I'm gonna try to reply to my friend real quick. What would I say? How do you consider what's important when reading a book? How do I consider what's important? Hmm. John being beheaded. Hmm. Yeah. Well, Trip, you made it. All right. So do you want to continue the way we was doing it already? You want to just you chat and I speak and oh, you want to do it that way? Okay, so if you want to do it that way, I can send you an invite and you can join me and then you can choose to rather share your camera or not. You can just share like a picture or an avatar of anything. You don't have to share yourself. I mean, like, show your camera. Um, Here's the link. I'm gonna send it right now in the chat. There it is. I would not mind talk. All right, there it is. Sent it to you. And it's more ways than just and it's more ways to than just one. Another way. Oh, I said another way twice. Another way. Another way is how do I feel when reading it? Do do I get angry? Do I get increased in spirit? Do I get attacked by demons during the read? It's other ways to tell. She said, okay, what's not important about the book of Judas? Um, well, and how can you barely remember when you just got it? Um, Oh, I see you. Just let me know when you're ready to join. Well, I'll just bring you on, and then you can, finish the setup or whatever.
Well,
You can do a test just to say anything to see if I can hear you, so we can make
Yeah,
sure
can you hear me now? I'm trying to speak to you.
volume's up.
I have a microphone.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay,
You hear me?
so
Okay, so it's very low or?
your audio's fine. I can hear you pretty good.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for doing this. It's very nice. It's easier, I think, to speak instead of typing all the time. So,
Yes.
yeah, are you waiting for someone else?
Well, my friend, she's probably not gonna join us, but she's chatting with me by text messages. She's asking me about the Book of Judas.
Right, I
um,
heard that.
she's not one of those that joins the live streams like that. She rarely, if ever, do. But so I doubt she would join. But I did tell her I'm going live. But so no,
Right.
nobody else. Huh?
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I can get a picture also in here. Just give me a little second. So,
All right.
um,
Or you can keep it like that. But if you want to throw a picture on, that's fine.
yeah, should be possible to do that. Yeah, I'll fiddle with it while we talk. So, may I first say that I watched your videos, and especially I liked many of them, but I really liked the one where you talked about that there were more books in the Bible. It kind of came as a surprise to me, and it really seems to kind of, I would say, make it legit to think that there are more texts that are acceptable as as biblical in a way, if you get what I mean. Even though it's difficult for us to be sure what that would be, really, it's there are so many apocryphal texts, so you just have to guess sometimes if it's legit or not, I suppose.
Oh,
But
did you
this
say
was
something in the private chat? My bad. I just saw. Oh, I just not seen this. Even though you said it like 3 minutes ago, you said you have problems joining. I just saw that. My bad. Keep going. I thought you
okay.
just sent that or something. But
No
you saying we
problem.
have to guess. Do you remember the last thing you were saying? You said you got to guess, kind of like what books
Yeah, I
or.
think I feel that I read, for example, give me an example here. Just a second. I'm just trying to get the picture also. So, well, you have the Book of Enoch, for example, and other books that I was not aware of them before, and
Mm.
so when you talked about in the video you made some time ago now, you talk about how there are many books that are basically probably lost for us altogether. So that video you made, I don't know if you remember the video I'm talking about. So, but I liked, even though I read the Bible, I kind of it's not so easy the first time I read it to get all the information in. It's so much. So, but anyway, I have basically changed my mind a lot about many things during the last years, and I think that one of the things I come across was this mud flood thing
Wait,
that
we got
I.
somebody else in here. I think.
All right.
Oh, that was
Okay.
the picture you was trying to get.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Um,
You can put it in your like. I forget how to do it, but it's like a way you can make it as your like how you got your camera showing, you can change it to like that as your avatar, as your background. I just forget how,
Okay.
man. It's some
All right.
stuff you can do to mess around. I just can't remember how right now. If I figure it
Okay.
out, I'll let you know.
Okay. That's
But
fine.
my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I just happened to see that on the side. I'm like, oh, did somebody else join? But that was your picture you put up.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
But if
maybe
you
I can.
remember where you was, go ahead. By the way, let me know if I'm too low because I'm kind of far away from the microphone. I'm like, I can get closer and it'll be louder, but yeah, I might
No,
be.
I hear you very nicely.
Okay,
Your
okay,
voice is very good. So
okay.
basically, what I have. Okay, let me first of all, before I forget it, I have some troubles commenting on
Okay, go ahead.
the YouTube. I tried to make another comment on that video you made. I mean, on the live chat, and YouTube
Like
disallowed.
after it was already posted.
I was able to post it, but it was not visible to other viewers.
I mean,
And this
wait,
has
wait. I mean, like when I was actually live and you tried to send it and it wouldn't go through, or did you wait till it was posted and I wasn't live, and then you went to post it in the comments and it didn't go through, or which
No, I
one?
mean, after you had finished the live stream,
Oh,
I was trying to make a comment and it did not go through. So, and this has happened to me before. Sometimes I think it's YouTube who is messing a bit. So you are aware of it.
I
But
think so
anyway,
too.
um, yeah. Oh,
I think you're right because I remember seeing like before I went to work, I saw like maybe it said it was 9 notifications, and I saw like a few from you. I don't know how many.
okay.
So, and I was trying to when I went to work, I was looking on my phone and trying to read it and catch up, but I couldn't see. But at the time, it didn't update, so I didn't see any. So I had to wait hours later, and I was only able to see one comment. But
Right.
I could have sworn before I went to work, I saw like maybe 6 or 8. I don't know, man. It was a lot more than one.
Okay.
So maybe they did go through at first and then it deleted them or something. Or I don't know what happened, but it was
Okay.
more than one comment that I saw.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Okay.
what's going on. And
All
then I
right.
get off
Well,
work and I didn't check it. I just went live. So
uh
when you said you did reply, um, I didn't even know you replied. I had
right.
went and read that live. I didn't even know. But my bad.
Okay.
What was you saying?
Yeah. No, I just so we are aware of it. So yeah. Well, so I came across this. I don't know if think perhaps told I wrote I have written a lot already, but so basically I think that if you take, for example, the Empire State Building, then that we talked about, I think that we only see the top of it, and I think that um, basically it is built the way I see it. It's built before uh, the biblical Genesis 7:11 with the big flood. So I think that the world
Mm.
looked very, very different.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Mhm.
Cause I
Okay.
was cause I was saying the Tower of Babel was before the flood, but it was after the
Yes.
flood. I thought it was
Yeah.
before the flood, so I was incorrect. But go ahead.
So so the Tower of Babel. Well, okay. But when where in the Bible is it again?
Oh, it's in Genesis 11. But since you said it, you made me realize I was wrong. I thought it was before the flood, but it wasn't.
Let me just check it
But
to
it
be sure.
doesn't. But
Yeah,
it doesn't
because it's
describe them building anything like that tall until after the flood. Not saying
right,
they didn't, but it just don't describe it.
right.
So I
Um,
really don't know.
that is true. That part is after the flood, right?
Yeah, but see now, so it would kind of be like speculation about what they built before, because the Bible
Yes,
doesn't describe it. Like I don't, you know what? I don't have any. To my knowledge, I've read a lot of hidden books, and I don't have any remember remembrance of like any of them saying that the Nephilim built a lot of tall buildings or anything like that. Nothing comes to mind. I'm not saying they
right,
didn't, but I just
right.
don't have any evidence. So go ahead though. What you was about to say?
Yes, that's true, and I wish that that is very true. So I know that some people are thinking more that there has been some sort of a mud flood after the big flood of Noah, and it is not easy. I cannot prove with any biblical text that directly that these buildings were built. However, there are some. I would say there are some indications. There are one. I believe there was a prophet who went somewhere, and there was some person in the Bible who found himself a city to live in. It's almost like there were cities out there available for one person in a way. Because I think that if you look at old maps of the world, there are depicted many cities, for example, in South America, and these are shown even though according to narrative that I learned in school is that Christopher Columbus came to America in 1492, and then everything in of cities had to be built after that. But I don't believe that to be true anymore. But what I told you about the this one guy who found himself a city to live in, that's the only biblical part I can remember that could indicate that there were actually huge cities all over the world before no sorry after the the flood.
Wait, wait. So this part about the cities being built, was that before the flood or after?
Well, I suspect that that these cities are built before the flood.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so I think that. So my guess is that uh, when the flood happened, there were actually the whole world was kind of built out, and so everything was mudded. Uh, when the water was retracted after the flood, and Noah went out of the ark, um, he went out on the top of a mountain, Mount Ararat, was it? And so, because I suspect then that the whole world was, he had to go out of the ark high up because there were the world that he had was not recognizable anymore in a way.
Just
So
so you, just so you know,
yeah,
your mic it's
is it
been
bad?
yeah, it's like some sort of, it's making you sound different,
Oh,
and it may get hard to understand for anybody that's
um,
listening.
you don't have any push to talk option here?
Nah, nah. But it can, now you sound fine though.
Okay. Well, so I think that if you take an example, then the let's take the White House in Washington D.C. It is situated rather mid-America, if you agree me on that, and I would think that buildings like that would be difficult to make before you kind of have conquered the whole America. So I suspect that that these buildings are built, they are buried in mud basically. So they, if you dig anywhere near them, you will just find more storage underneath them. Right.
So
So
you,
if you can find a picture of the White House and maybe a little bit more close up to the basement, if you can do that. I will
Basement.
maybe show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, near basement. Yeah, that would be nice. Or close to the base. Yeah, here you have. Yeah, if you can pause it there, you see that there. This is actually what I'm talking about. Hidden White House exposed. So if you look at this picture, and you look at the very bottom layer here, this is typical for all buildings all over the world, that they have this half covered building, windows at the bottom. I was in Oslo, and there was a similar building, and they even had a window that could be open. But the thing is that the window opened just into the ground, so they couldn't really open the window. So the suspicion here is that this building, White House, is actually what we see here is not the basement. It's just an upper layer of it, and it goes much further down into the ground. And the mud that you see on the right side here of this picture, this is what mudded up this building during the big flood of Noah. So this mud is from that era. Okay.
That's I would consider that speculation.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, when you see this all over the world, I was in Oslo and I took pictures, and it's everywhere. Once you see it, they have only covered up with some plates here and there to cover that these buildings go further down. And if you go to a certain area in Oslo, it's a shopping area. There are actually huge basements there that are just crazy. You wouldn't expect anyone to build like that in the 1880s or something. So I understand that this is speculations, but when you find this same thing in all buildings, I'm not talking about a building here and there, I'm talking all of the buildings. If you go back one picture there, if you go back 2 pictures, can you do that? Go to the left. Yeah, one more. That, yeah, you see on the top left of that building in this picture, you see that there are more buildings, right? These are exactly the same. You will see if you travel there, you can actually see it with your own eyes, that they continue into the ground. All of them. It's not just 1 or 2, it's all over the world, even in Australia and New Zealand. And and have in mind here that America was supposedly discovered of the white man in 1492, and I don't really see how they could. Well, okay, so you think they can. I understand that you think this is speculations, but if you go in your own area, I don't know exactly where you live, but if you don't have to go far, just go around the corner. That's all you really need to do. And you will see that in the building that maybe you live in actually have the same structure. It is it goes, yeah, so basically often there are either windows, or there are windows that seems to have been covered up later to hide that these buildings are made, all of them are made before the big flood. So now, to find absolute proof of this, it's a bit difficult, because the people that I consider to rule this world, I believe they are Bapho, satanic. They are in control of the earthly world we live in, and so they have covered it up, and they want to fool us to believe that it has been made recently, like from 1870 to 2025. But in fact, there are no pictures showing any of them being built, and that is because they were built before this era at all. So the picture you showed of the White House now is it's kind of showing that when they have to dig on the side of it, you will see that these buildings are actually going much deep into the ground. Now, there are some pictures that are a little bit. Can I share a picture here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I'm able to do the technical stuff. Yeah, I think I have to find it on the computer here. Just give me a little bit. And yeah, and this is also interesting that if you go back in time, only 6 months, it was easy to find this on the internet. But when I Google it now, they really have hidden it for us. They are really operating to hide this information. So, but I will show you. I just have to find the picture. Is there? Yeah. Okay. I'll try and find something that is. Okay, so how do I go forward to share a picture here now? Can I just
I think
drag
you
it
have
over?
to. I don't. If you can, but I would have to add it to the stage, similar to how you shared the other picture you did. For me, I have to go to like. What do I have to do to go to mines? I
Oh
guess
yeah,
I'll
but
have
I
to go to
don't
like
have.
image file.
Yeah, I don't have this tools that you have on the screen.
Well, whatever you think of, do it, and then just
Oh,
we'll
sorry,
see if
I
that
found
works.
it. Yep, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. I just had to, fiddle a little bit with the. All right, so see if I can just. So I go to this one, this one. Okay, see if this work. Can you see the picture that I shared with you?
Yeah.
Right. So this, can you guess where this is taken?
No.
No, this is in Oklahoma in the United States of America. It really is. And these are, unfortunately, there have been so many AI videos, and everything is, I feel that the AI is just messing up the whole thing. But I will try and find something else. So let me see here. Maybe I could try and find something. Okay. So Yeah, this one is very good. I'll share 2 more pictures, and this one I think this one do exist. I think this building also exists today, but all right. So anyway, so this one is the next one. This is from Australia, and the last one that I'm going to show is from Chicago. So this picture is taken. It looks old. I think this one is still. Yeah, this one is still there today. So Australia was supposedly built by, they claim it was prisoners from England, and yet you have these old building structures. And I think that there are some logical errors here also. If you, let's say, the building that you have from Chicago, if you should rent a building, I mean an apartment there today, if that's even possible, I think, how did they heat it in when after it was built? Because Chicago is kind of cold in the winter, so on the top floor here, you would have some heating issues with all these big windows, and I don't think that they used candlelight to heat them. So I think that what you see here is actually an old structure from the old world, that are still there today, and they probably had a different type of heating system that were more advanced, that could still heat them very well. And the one from Australia that I showed you also is kind of, in my opinion, it breaks the narrative, because Australia was supposedly not occupied with many people before. I don't remember exactly, but, and this picture looks already, sorry, this building already looks very old. So the question would be, when did it stand there flunky new? You know, so the argument is that this is actually not built in our time at all. It's built long before. They are old when you see them on these pictures, and that's because they are old. They are built. Yeah, so basically, if you take the first picture there from Oklahoma, what you see around this building is the mud that were put there by the big flood in Genesis, and so they have basically dug it out. And some of us also, because there are more than me, we are suspecting that they were also in a hurry, because perhaps the Mark of the Beast is going to be rolled out in our lifetime. You know, we should always be, you know, on the toe, right, to, in case that is the case. And so maybe they had to kind of start a new era, maybe around 1812, to have a certain storyline to go with before they roll out the Mark of the Beast, if that is indeed the case then. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that we are really lied to about everything then. So these buildings are, I can see if there's one more building picture I would have very much like to show you. It's one of the more famous ones. Let me see here. Yeah, this one. It's not a very good picture, but it doesn't matter. I'll just show you this. Oop. And then go here. Image. Let me see this one. All right. So this is maybe the most classical picture that are kind of shown with this theory. So here you see this is most likely from Paris, but we are not sure. But it doesn't really matter. Okay, the point here is that here you see the city, and you dig underneath it with some bulldozers and all that, and you see that the world just basically just continues underneath our feet. So, and this is general all over the world. So they basically have only dug out so much. So I don't know how you would respond to it.
Okay, so my turn.
Yeah, sure, please.
Let me put my charger in my laptop because it's almost. Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I disagree, but I don't have any evidence to support what you're saying 100%. So I can't say you're wrong entirely, but I disagree. And
Yeah.
what I would say to some of the things you said is like biblically, like what's written, I don't have anything or a lot of things to support what you're saying. So I couldn't show anything written to help that I can think of. So I remember you was talking about, let me see if I can get this real quick. I remember you was talking about cities being built. So let me get that. I forgot to share it, but here it is.
Mhm.
So you saying that buildings was being built in this cities actually. So in Genesis 4, it talks about how
Oh yeah.
it says Cain knew his wife and she conceived and bore Enoch, and he
Yes.
built the city and named it Enoch after his son Enoch. And it goes on and on and on and on about the bloodline.
Mhm.
So that was a city being built. So we can speculate that it was buildings, houses, etc. But it don't
Yes.
explain in detail how big these buildings were, how tall. It doesn't give any details of anything like that. But we know it was a city. That's what we know. So other cities was built, but it still doesn't give us anything spectacular and crazy until we get to the Tower of Babel, which is after the flood.
Yeah.
So that's the first time we hear about something really, really, really tall, and they wanted to be famous for it. So they made this huge building so that they can never move. They could always stay in this location. They wouldn't. So um, that's the only thing that I can think about where it would indicate that people built a really, really tall building, and excuse me, it still doesn't support what you were saying 100%, if at all, because it was after the flood. So,
Mhm.
um, but then besides all that, you mentioned also, did the fallen angels help them do that? I don't have any written like scriptures that comes to mind where that happens, but could it have happened? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't have any evidence to support it. I couldn't show anybody like, here, look, it was written right there in this book. So I don't have any scriptures to support it. It'll just be like word of mouth or speculation or hearsay. Um, hmm. So pretty much everything you said is hearsay or your word against mine. I can't verify any of it, but I can't prove it's 100% false. So I don't know. So that's some of what I would say to it. And I mean, somebody can run through the beginning of the Bible to the end, or at least everything before the flood, and see is there anything that helps with your theory. And I don't think we're going to find anything.
Right.
It's very, very brief before the flood. Like you only get
Yeah, that's true.
Genesis to like 1 through 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 before the flood, and then that's it.
Yeah, that is very true. Yes. So I understand you're using the Bible as a reference. I didn't remember that the biblical you showed there that he built himself a city, but it kind of indicate that there actually was at least one city then before the flood. I'm a bit
Yeah.
curious when you talk about the Tower of Babel. Do you consider that it was built all the way up to the firmament?
I don't remember it saying that, but when you said it, I mean, it might have said something like that,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I
No,
just remember it being really, really tall. I remember it saying it reached to the heavens or something like that, but I didn't remember it
yeah,
until after you said that. Because I
right.
remember they was trying to fight with God or the angels, and the angels like they was shooting bow and arrows up there, and
Hmm.
it didn't go well for them, according to the book of Jasher. So yeah, it wasn't good for
Yeah.
them.
So right, and that's how I understand it, is that it went up to the firmament and that they try to kind of break into
Yeah.
the heaven. Yeah.
So right here it
Can you?
says, "Oh, go ahead." I was just gonna read this as a verification.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is, you want me to read it real
If
quick
you,
or no?
yes, please.
So it says in Genesis 11:4, it says, "Then they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens.'" Yeah, so they wanted to get up there and let us make a
Yes.
name for ourselves. Otherwise, we shall be scattered abroad on the face of the whole earth. But go ahead.
Yes, I agree with that. So I think, right. So I kind of
Hold
consider
on, wait,
that
wait. I'm sorry.
yeah.
What about this idea? Will you forget what you're gonna say? Because I can let you say what you're gonna say, and I can bring out what I'm gonna say next. Because right where
Please go
my
ahead.
idea
Please
comes
go
from
ahead.
Genesis 5, right? I mean that scripture right there. I
Mhm.
might take your thought from you, so you go ahead and I'll keep mine from because
No,
mine's
I
is
you go ahead.
from
I
verse 5.
remember it, guaranteed. So
Okay,
please,
because
please
what
go ahead.
about this? The next verse says, "The Lord came down to see the city and the tower which mortals had built." I thought that was the part where he destroyed it, but basically he destroyed it, and I forgot about that part. So when he destroyed it, I was gonna, I think I was gonna ask a question. What about that? Like, if any building came along that was that tall, he probably would have destroyed it too. The pattern would have probably just would have repeated it. I mean, repeated itself. That's what I was gonna say. So what about that? But that wasn't
Yeah.
the part where he destroyed it.
Yes, I can say about that is that when you look at many of these buildings that I showed you, for example, in America, but also in Europe, there are actually many of these buildings are actually blackish. There is one also here in Norway. There's a church that have a black part on the top. It actually seems like there has been some sort of an electrical fire or something. And I don't know if has any relevance to, for example, the Sodom and Gomorrah, where uh, it seems that God was basically terminating a whole city. Uh, so maybe there are relevance, or maybe they have messed up with the with the buildings. I'm not completely sure. I mean, like you said, there are very little information in the Bible before the flood. It's not so much we have to go on exactly what they did and not do, but they probably are sticking to what is most important for us to know, I suppose. So yeah, so think that uh, I would think that many of these buildings were, when they built the Tower of Babel, they probably um, they had not dug out the whole world yet from the big flood. That's how I would consider it, at least. So I think that yeah. So for example, there's a passage when the Israelites are spying on the nations, and they can actually see. There actually some depiction of what can actually seem to be like a tank. Maybe they actually had tanks in those days. I mean, that they had dug out from underground. Instead of always thinking the same, that they used horses for sure. That this is talked about, but there is one passage I'm considering that they had actually dug out a tank from the underground. That some of the earliest tanks in this world is actually from the old world. But again, this is speculation from my side. I don't know, of course. So
Well, let's just say you're right. Like, what would it mean at the end of the day? Like, if you're right about all of it, what would it mean?
I think the way I see it, it's the way I consider it. You're asking me now, so I think that the message in the Bible is what is important, and I don't think that necessarily knowing everything from the past is of importance for us. I think it's, if the mark of the beast, for example, is rolled out, what is important for us then is to not to take it, and I think it would be something spiritual about that. So I don't think that necessarily knowing every detail about the past is needed, but I think also that the people that rule this world, they are trying to hide this, just like the globe Earth, for example. I think maybe they are pushing it, the planet idea, so that we are to be pushed away from the Creator. That they are lying to us to make us more atheists and thinking more in terms of humanism instead of thinking about God. So I think there is maybe some fruitfulness about knowing the truth, so that because I think they know about it, the Satanists know about this, so I think that they are trying to make it. I think when I grew up, I believed in the globe Earth, and I think, in fairness, it was easier for me to think that science had an answer for everything, and that the world was not created by God. I don't know how I would reacted back then if I knew about the firmament, but I think they are trying to push these lies on us as a part of many things, to push us away from God, the Creator, in a way. But I would say that the basic message in the Bible is the same, regardless. Yeah, maybe a long answer there. Maybe I was talking a bit too much. I was hoping maybe you could watch the last picture also that I sent you.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get back to where to the
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
I'm curious. Have you ever believed in the globe Earth yourself?
The what?
The planet idea, that the sun that we are moving around the sun, and
Well, I was
that
taught
stuff.
that in school, but like
Yeah.
when you, well, yeah, I remember they said that we moved around the sun and stuff like that, but
Uh-huh.
I think after I started reading the Bible, like 2015 to now,
Mhm.
I no longer believed it after I found out that it says it gives you clear indications that we're not moving around the sun. So
Yeah.
I stopped believing that.
But how do you? I mean, I'm just a bit curious because you're watching probably some of the news, just as I'm watching the news, and whenever they are talking about the world like this, they talk about the Earth being a planet around the sun and all that. So do
Oh
you
yeah, they
believe?
do say planet Earth.
Yeah. Do you believe that? Do you believe the news at all? Do you think there is any shred of proof or of honesty in it, or do you think everything is made up, or how do you think about it?
Yeah, of course there's honesty in it, but
Yeah.
honesty mixed with falsehood, and it's not always intentional because people can be indoctrinated or taught the
Yeah.
wrong thing, and
Uh-huh.
so somebody might actually be believing a lie and they teach a lie.
Mhm. So yeah, I have stopped to believe in the news altogether. So I don't think it's true. I think that we are being. I don't think that nuclear weapons even exist. I think they are just made up to scare us in a way. Anyway, this picture is from Australia, and so I think, and this is only one building there, and this one is still standing, if I understand correctly. So, and this is just one of many. It seems very excessive to me, considering that Australia was like maybe it was occupied by many people even after America. So I'm thinking that this seems, I don't know, seems strange to me. I don't think that this is built and there's no pictures of it, of course, being made. So how would you respond to this? Do you think they built this in the 1800s?
Oh, I don't know, but I also
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Yeah, but that's the truth. I don't know, but I also don't care because what benefit
Right.
would it do me to know?
Yeah.
It's not much of a benefit for me to know. And even if I
Okay.
did
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
then what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. So the way I'm thinking about it is right. So the only, I would say, an argument I would use there is that um, I think that the reason they are lying is to hide that God is real. They are making it sound like we are living on a planet and that there has been a kind of a straightforward development by humans in a way. But I think that I I think this is not so. I think that the development has been different, and that they are, what should I say? I think, for example, that if you once you recognize the firmament to be real, then, and I do that, then I no longer. I also think that then somebody is clearly lying to me deliberately for some reason, and these lies all go together. I think to make me believe that I'm on a planet. Humans are just have no value, which is completely untrue. I think God loves human, and that these lies are made to keep us in a matrix, basically, of atheism. So um, so I think also I think that okay, I think that it is kind of important to know the truth in general, because I think truthfulness is so important in general, not just and I think it's all coupled eventually to Satanists trying to get us away from God. Yeah. Um, so I don't know if you I don't know. You said you had a son, and you're blessed with that, I have to say. And I'm not in such a situation myself, but I'm thinking, if if you have a children and they start to grow up, they are going to learn about the planet Earth and all that. And I don't know how it is in the United States, but if you tell your children that the Earth is not a planet, can you be in trouble then, or is it perfectly fine?
I don't
Yeah.
know if there's any laws against it, but it can be perfectly fine, because
Okay.
if you're a believer in God and you don't think, God,
Yeah.
that God can take care of you. So, I mean, that's pretty simple. I don't think nobody should lock you up for saying that. So,
Right. Well, that's good. I think that I'm not so convinced about Norway about that. I think that you could actually be in some trouble, in my opinion. But because they are kind of there's this narrative now that if you even talking about the firmament, you are kind of a what should I say? You're pushing what they could say are lies onto the children. So I think that this could actually be not so. I think this could be a problem. Really, I don't think that this type of talk is considered healthy anymore here. You have to kind of conform yourself to the idea of a planet and all that stuff. Otherwise, you're kind of out of the loop. Well, anyway, I showed you some picture of Australia there, and so okay. Anyway, you say you don't care so much either. That's fine. We don't need to push this so much further. But I don't believe in the news, and I don't believe in the history teaching anymore. So that's me. I think they are just lying about it. I try to give an explanation or a suggestion about, for example, the American Civil War. I think the narrative is strange. I think that they would have used some sort of shields to protect themselves, and also it's interesting that this war took place before America was actually conquered from Native Americans. I find that also to be something I don't believe in. I don't think that the American Civil War even took place. I think it's made up, basically. I think that to think that white people would shoot at white people, and it's also interesting that they keep the narrative very narrow. It's like because I learned in school that there were black people taken as slaves from Africa, right, into America at one time, or am I mistaken?
just keep
But
going.
yeah, so I'm thinking, okay, so they did that, and then at some stage they start to kill each other. White men start to kill other white men, and during this time, the history of black people in America is just disappearing. It's out of the loop because they don't fit into the narrative anymore. And the same with Native Americans, who are then occupying California and the West Coast. I think it seems very awkward that that they would even do that, and so I don't get that. So then after the American Civil War has passed, then General Custer is being attacked by Native Americans at the Little Bighorn in 1874. That is 10 years after the American Civil War. I think this seems, and then also in that time period, there is also very little information about what is going on with those that black people that were kept as slaves. What did they do? What is the history for them? in the time period from 1865 to 1890. I find very little information about it. So it seems that they are just taken out of the history loop altogether, and then they kind of reappear in 1900, and in that time period we are kind of going into a new era where you have Hollywood making movies and all that. So that's basically kind of the start of the more modern era, while up to that point there are basically horses and wagons that are used. So I think if I can find something else, you also have the American English War in the 1700s. You have the red coats against the blue coats. I also find that war very strange. The Native Americans are not even mentioned here, and they are kind of not part of it, even though so again, white people are shooting at white people, and but this is before the slave era, but there were some slave trade, they say, and the Native Americans, again, they are basically out of all of this until we come to 1880 and 1870. So 1874 with the battle at Little Bighorn. This was a big battle, and then you basically have the Indian Wars, which you would think would happen. They would probably have conquered America long before, I would say, but this is not something they have done, supposedly. So what else? There are other strange stuff also. Yeah, so yeah, I can mention the World War II also in Norway. There are some stories here that are kind of weird. Okay, they say that Germany came with 3 battleships, one in the north of Norway, in the south, and one in Oslo. And the biggest one, called the Blücher, was actually sunk in the Oslo fjord. And despite of this, they claim that Norway had to surrender. There's so many. When you look into the details, there are so weird stuff that are difficult to really explain away. So I think that just like if you go back to 2001, the 9/11 thing, I don't believe in it. I think it's all made up. So I think they're lying about it.
You think what's all made up?
The 9/11 in 2001, I think that this was just a made up story. I don't think that there were any airplanes. The airplanes are just made into the video, and that's all there is to it. I don't think that it really happened. So I think that
You mean it didn't happen the way they...
right. I think they demolished the buildings basically,
Yeah.
and I don't think that they really was an attack.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. My bad.
All right. So well, so I think that I have some people on my mother's side, at least, who supposedly went to America in the late 1800s, and I think that there's one thing else occurred to me. So it seems to me that when I look into it, that California especially was closed off until rather recently, until, at least for commoners, until like 1900 or 1910 or something. And so I suspect that they were still digging it out from the mud even in that time. I think that it's not that long ago. I think we have to look, and I think perhaps that they started this. I suspect that they started this history line, which is a fraud, to kind of that everything has been planned to begin with, the AI that we suddenly have now, and everything is well. We don't know if they're going to roll out the Mark of the Beast, but I think there are some, at least something that I feel I should be aware of, that it could happen. And I think that if they do, then it is going to be probably very difficult to avoid it. And I think that every bank transaction, everything is going to be coupled to it. So I think that it is going to be, but to do this, they have to show us Antichrist, if I understand the revelation correctly. So in a way, I feel that the Bible tells us not to look for that day, because it's going to be a black day. And so I think about that sometimes, but at the same time, I don't know, it seems that I don't know how you think about it. Do you think that the Mark of the Beast is underway now, or how is your opinion on it?
I think it's on the way, if not. Yeah, I think it's on the wave. Because
But
I don't know
like
if it's here
how?
yet, so I think it's on its way.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm also a bit curious, if I could ask you something. I remember YouTube back in 2014, and I experienced it to be much more open. And so basically, because in this theory of the mud flood, I have to say that it's kind of in the theory that people like you who are black are actually also Native Americans. That you're not really, unless of course your ancestors came to America, I don't know, in the 1890s or whenever. I don't know, but that I don't think that I don't think that they were brought here against their will, so to speak. I think that they may actually be Native Americans, and that this is one of the things that are hidden for us. I don't know if you heard about this before. It used to be more easy to access this type of information before, but I find it more and more closed off in a way. So that these people would be just as Native Americans, like the one that you consider Native Americans, American Indians, whatever you want to call it. So basically, they are trying to, those that run the world, and I believe they are the Satanist people. They are basically using all these lies and deception to eventually, possibility is to make out the Mark of the Beast, and but they're making people think wrongly about the world, so that maybe it is easier to take the Mark of the Beast if you believe that we are on a spinning ball, and that the history is like so and so, and technology is moving forward in a progressive, natural way. It is easier to kind of accept the Mark of the Beast in a way, instead of thinking that this has been planned for a very long time, and it's a very deliberate and thorough planning. So yeah, that's kind of an argument I would use to kind of look into all type of deceptions, in a way, possible deceptions. Listen, I don't want to. I hope I don't bother you with talking too much. I have the impression that America is, I mean, in 2020, can I please ask you, could you travel freely in America in that time?
In what time?
2020, during that
Was
pandemic
that during the
thing.
pandemic?
Yeah, right.
Mm, it was a curfew
Uh-huh.
for. I think they had a curfew, and a lot of people who had it had to be isolated for a
Oh,
while.
really?
They had just stay in a room or stay in a certain place for a while. But I can't remember if the curfew was at 9 p.m. or if it was like strict. But I know certain people couldn't work, so a lot of people was laid off or just not working from the buildings anymore. They was working from home. So
Mm,
everybody went from, not everybody, but a lot of people went from working in the building to just working from home. The only people that actually went to the buildings a lot was like people who had essential jobs. So if you worked in like a gas station or a grocery store
mhm.
or in the media and certain things like that, then you had to go to the actual building and continue working. But the roads was clear because there wasn't a lot of people driving because mostly everybody was at home and everybody was getting like stimulus checks. So they didn't have to go to work. So it was a lot of people off the road. So it was peaceful on the road. I mean,
Oh,
I enjoyed that. I was speeding because
okay.
wasn't nobody out there. It was just me
Okay.
a lot of the times. But
Huh.
it was positives and I guess negatives. But I don't remember for sure if we had a strict curfew or a curfew at all. I just know people had to be in isolation. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
right.
So I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, it's kind of a curfew would be kind of strict, I would say. That's really we did not have curfew here, but they did actually close off the north of Norway and the south of Norway, so they had a border there. They made an artificial one, so you couldn't travel from the north to the south. And I know that people were actually talking about that in the in what is called what do you call this in English? The just to give me a second and go to Google Translate. Is it Constitution? Maybe. Yeah, Constitution. There's actually it says there that we are allowed to travel freely all over Norway, but they just erased that immediately. So, but we didn't have any curfew at all. So it was just, and they eventually started to use buses and stuff again. But did you have buses? Did the bus go? Could you take a bus during that time?
Yeah, the buses were still going, but they changed the way they operate. So they would operate like it would be like a person in one row, or like
Uh-huh.
you had to they had to carry less people. So
Okay,
m-
okay.
maybe let's say a bus could hold 20 to 30 people, but
Mm,
instead of picking up 20 to 30, they would only pick up 10 to 15, and they would make everybody like sit one seat apart from each other so nobody's like right next to each other so they can kind of get some space in case somebody had corona or whatever. So they was kind of like not doing it the same way. And they
mm,
also had like, I think they made yeah, they also made like a little glass thing to protect the to supposedly protect the bus driver. So like if somebody had the virus and they was like
yeah,
close up on them or something,
yeah,
they wouldn't get it. But yeah, they came up with some stuff.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm just curious. If you don't want to answer me,
Oh,
it's fine.
my bad.
Yeah.
And I think they had it mandatory for some people to wear a mask or you couldn't ride the bus. That's just that I think I remember
Okay.
that. I don't know if every bus driver was specific. I mean, that strict, but I do remember that. So maybe some people
Yeah.
didn't care, but I remember
Yeah.
that being an issue for some of these bus drivers. So,
Okay.
but go
Right.
ahead.
That's simpler. Well, I'm about that disease then, corona disease. Do you believe that it was even real? The disease,
You,
I mean.
the disease?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was real.
It's because I don't think it was real. I think it was all made up. So
I think it's easier to make something real than fake. I mean, if you can
yeah,
make something, like, why fake it when you can make it? You know what I mean?
yeah. But I
All they
think
gotta
that
do
they.
is,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
well, I
Okay.
mean, you do know that the virus, well, yeah, they made it. You didn't know they had a copyright to sell it? No, was it it was either the virus or the antidote.
Uh-huh.
I think it was the antidote that they had the vaccine that they had a patent on it to sell it. It was one or the other.
Okay. Okay.
No, I think it was the virus. Huh. I forget, man.
Okay.
But
It's not.
they they made something. I can't remember which one they made. I think they made both. But I think
Okay.
they just wasn't selling the virus to people. They was well, they was selling the antidote basically, but like the way they make viruses, I mean, if you know about that, then you'll know how easy it is to do. So they can easily generate a virus and then make the antidote and then copyright it so they can sell it. So I think it was a real disease.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about the moon landing then? What do
Oh
you
no,
think
that
about it?
wasn't real. I mean, it was really filmed, but they really wasn't on the moon.
Okay. Yeah. So they deliberately faked it then. It was a lie.
Yeah, they faked it.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? How I'm just curious. How do you feel?
I don't care.
You don't care. But what about your let's say your children when they start to maybe believe in the moon landing?
I'll tell them. I'll tell them the
Yeah.
truth.
Okay. But let's say
If
that
they,
they believe the moon landing. Maybe.
if they want to believe a lie, then they believe a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You
That's
can't
true. Of
control
course.
everything, but I mean,
Yeah.
if they
That's
have
true.
a conversation with me about it and
Yeah.
I get to explain, I'm gonna tell them the truth that I know. And if they
Yeah.
don't want to believe it, then they don't gotta believe it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's everybody gonna believe what they. Everybody ain't the same, so you can't
Yeah.
make everybody believe what you believe. So if
I
you
get
right
that.
and they wrong, then you just be right. And if they
Yeah.
don't want to take your side, then they just gonna be wrong.
Yeah.
Now maybe later on they might side with you, but at the moment they just might not know. They gotta do
And
their
that's
own
true.
research. Everybody gotta. Some people, some people will take your word for it. Some people will do their own research and come up with their own. You know.
Yeah. There are other things also that I haven't talked to you about, but I mean the clock is it's late evening for you, isn't it? So perhaps you are maybe you want to take the night off or something. I don't know. It's
Well, it's
is it
2:56
12
for
o'clock?
me. Nah, it's
Sorry.
2:56 for me.
Oh,
Yes,
so
2:56 a.m.
oh man, well, that's maybe too late. Maybe it's bad time for
Man,
most Chinese.
I don't care. Go ahead. I'm over here eating crackers and
Okay.
I'm eating again, man. I'm being
Oh,
ghetto, so
that's good. Huh.
I'm gonna
I
go get
watched your
something to drink
videos.
in a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I watched your videos when you try out some new drinks and food stuff. So it's kind of funny. Yeah.
I should have a
I
whole lot more, but I don't. I don't
Yeah.
always like. I'm so lazy.
Okay. Oh, really? Well, and you are very, seems honest also. You are telling the people that if you don't like it, it's not something that you hide. So
Why lie?
yeah, exactly. You know,
I mean,
tell it like it
even if
is.
it was, even if it was my own company, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I got a website now. It's not a
Yeah.
brand, but I mean, I got a website. My website ain't all that. I
Yeah.
got issues on my website to this day, and I'm so lazy I won't go fix them.
Yeah. Okay. Oh
Every
well.
now and then I work on it, but my website is imperfect.
Yeah. But you
People who
have to
go
work
there
with
know that. People know that. Like if it don't take long to see the imperfections in my website. Like maybe one day I'll get it all figured out, but right now it's not.
Okay.
My YouTube was imperfect. Like years ago, I had videos on there that was it was like a lot of noise in the background. And some of these videos,
Okay.
like as soon as the video start, you hear like a hold on, I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to make the sound.
Hmm.
You hear like a
Yeah,
or
I know that.
some sort of noise, and it was loud, and it was like I didn't realize that the kitchen fan, because the kitchen fan used to always be on, and I didn't realize that that fan was being picked up.
Oh, really?
And then when I would go back and watch the videos later on, I would hear how the fan in the background was picking up in the video, so it made the video quality, well, the audio quality sound bad because you gotta constantly hear that. So I made a decision, and it wasn't always that. It was sometimes other videos that had like bad audio, and sometimes it was like when I would do live streams, my audio would cut out. Like if I'm talking, and something like let's say I'm saying a sentence, "Thou shall not kill." The "not" will get cut out, so all you will hear is "Thou shall kill."
Oh, that's not so good.
Yeah, so like, and I didn't know until I would go back and watch the video that my audio would cut out at certain points. So I'm like, dang, okay, so do I keep the video or do I delete the whole thing and just try to do it again? So it was certain audio issues I would experience sometimes. You know, I had a lot of audio issues, but I would try to work it out, fix it, keep going. So I end up
Mhm.
just deleting a lot of bad quality videos. Now the messages in the videos could have been good, the topics could have been good, but I just couldn't deal with it. I deleted a lot of audio. And if it sounded bad, I had to get rid of it. So I rarely have anything on my channel now that has like a loud background noise,
Mhm.
except maybe one video, and I'm probably gonna get rid of that too. So yeah, I try to delete a lot of that and make better quality videos, but and redo some of those videos, but I haven't redone hardly any of them, if any. So
Okay. Is it do you have many that are like that or?
not anymore, but I used to have
Okay.
a
Yeah.
decent amount because I used to live with my grandma. Well, I'm back living with her now, but I used to have this condition where it caused me to have some sort of background noise in the background, and I used to use the fan in the kitchen because it would block out a lot of the loud TVs and the loud noises being made down the hallway in other parts of the house. So I used
Mhm.
to use that, and I didn't realize that when I do these videos, the fan was picking up at the time. So later on, I found out, and I had to delete a lot of that. But sometimes I didn't use the fan in the background, but um, so that's how a lot of that happened with the bad audio.
Okay. It's very just a tiny sound can really be heard sometimes. I noticed if it hits the microphone.
You don't even gotta hit the microphone.
Right.
Like where I'm at right now, I'm in the living room. But if it was not this time of year where it's like winter,
Hmm.
if the crickets was out there or whatever those creatures are to make that cricket sound,
Okay.
dude, this microphone will pick them up so good. And I was debating, should I keep some of those videos where you can hear the crickets so loud, and even though I'm in the house, you can hear them so good. Like I was debating, should I even keep it? Because the way they were so loud.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, man. They was all the way outside, but still can hear them pretty good.
Yeah. It doesn't take much. It's just a little bit, and it just goes into the video. So,
I
but
mean, in
did you
some
have to
videos,
read? Yeah.
hmm, go
Did
ahead.
you have to redo many of them because of this? Or?
Probably, nah, I didn't, because some of them was like live debates or something. So we ain't gonna do all that.
Hmm. Okay.
If most of it come out good, nah, forget all that. But some of it was like a learning experience because I go back and listen to it to see how my audio sounded. Sometimes I was too low, or the microphone I was using wasn't as good, so I should switch it up, see which one works better, turn my volume up. Just learning experiences. But I pretty much got all that fixed. But we didn't redo it. We just kept going.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But man, yeah. There's
I
always something, man. You always gotta
yeah,
learn something.
yeah. That's true. And you just sometimes I feel I sometimes just have to make it and check it afterwards to see if everything is okay, because there's so many issues that can interfere with what I have done. So
Hmm. Yeah, and that was his. Now I can't control it all when it's somebody else's live, and I'm on theirs because we was on his live. Now this is
mhm,
my live, so I can't go and delete his video. I
right.
can I can say, hey, can we delete that and do it again? But I can't delete it. So now if it was mine and the audio came out really bad, I can. But since it was his, I just ate the bullet, and I just tried to make sure I was more prepared to make it better next time. So every time we did a live stream, which we did like 4,
Mm.
the second time I switched it up. The third time, I think I got it to where it was near perfect or really, really good. And I didn't have that problem after that. But the first 2 was like me trying to get it better for the audience.
Mhm.
And then, because I have like 3 different microphones that I can use, or 4 really, maybe 5. I got a lot. So I found what works best, and I just made it, work. But it took me 2 to 3 tries to get it. So,
Yeah.
but once I got it, I just stuck to that format, and I haven't had that issue
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
Hmm.
It's a good thing to find a format and then stick to it, I think.
Hmm. So yeah, I'm just sticking to the same thing, but I try not to do too many debates while I'm here, because living with my grandma again and having to do debates here is just chaotic. So I shouldn't even do any of those, but some stuff is just worth debating, or doing a live stream with somebody for. So if I have to do it, then I'm gonna do it. But if I don't have to, I'm probably not going to. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um,
I probably made you forget what you was gonna say a few times. I don't know.
no, I don't know.
Oh snap! Hold on, wait. You brought up the food and drinks. and I didn't get to say
Yeah.
anything about it.
How- So you,
Let me think.
I remember you tasted some things that I never tried before myself. So
Yeah, it's still some stuff I want to make. Like,
yeah.
did you see the video? I don't think I posted it on you. No, I did. I did. It didn't get that many. I think it's the way I titled it. I think I'm gonna go back and retitle it. But it was an apple juice comparison I did, and it had like 8 different brands, and I did the top brand. Well, I of course I rated the top brand and compared it to the rest of them. But based on that, I wanted to do. Well, I've did videos like that in the past, but I wanted to do the grape juice because it's this top brand of grape juice. It's nothing else better than that I've tried. And
Okay.
I want to get all the different grape juices that's, or a few. I ain't gonna say all because I don't know how many it is and I don't know how expensive that is. So I want to get maybe spend like $40 or whatever, get like a lot of brands of grape juice and compare them to this one that I think is the best and then do that video. I've had this thought for months, hadn't done it yet, but I still might. But yeah, it's stuff like that I do. And
Yeah.
I like doing it, especially when something's nasty. If I buy something and it's nasty, sometimes I'll review it just because it was nasty. And I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of those.
So basically, yeah. So yeah, there were several that you kind of disliked in a way. So
Hmm.
so
I got some
that's
cereal I didn't like. I got
okay.
some I got some yogurt I didn't like, but I never released it. I was
Okay.
going to. Man, I tried a whole different. I wish I can tell you the brand of it. I think Yo
Okay.
Plate is over them, but man, I tried like all of them, and I only like one or two, but I never
Yeah.
released the video. But I just saw this picture right here. Did
Yeah.
you want me to look at that?
Yeah. Actually, there was one other thing I kind of like to mention
Mhm.
that if you look at the buildings, like the White House and the Empire State Building and all, if I go
Mhm.
back there, it seems that the doors are usually so much taller. And I think that in the Bible, and even the doors are actually being lowered. So I think maybe in the Bible, I get the impression that that Abraham and Sarah, for example, that they were taller than us. So I think
Mhm.
maybe that the people who may have built these buildings were actually just plainly taller. So that would be an argument for why the doors are so big.
Mm.
That's all. That's all I want to show. And the last one was this black and white. This is also from Australia. This is from Brisbane in Australia. Yeah, and this is also a building that are present today. So I I would so I was, yeah, I was putting in it there. I think it actually looks a little bit old already. So I would argue that this is built. That it's not built really in our time. I was kind of, if I can ask you something else, please. I know you had a video called "Hidden Satanic Messages," McDonald's
Mhm.
666 logo. Yeah. So, if I can ask you some, I'm curious if you, when you think about it like that, do you think that you told me that you don't really care so much about these buildings or not. I understand we can't do anything about it. Oh, I
Mhm.
understand that, but about these messages, do you think it's of any importance to for people to know about these satanic messages?
Mm.
I mean,
I
from a
would
biblical point of view, or in general.
I would say yeah, but dude, I mean, people can die without ever knowing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I would say if you can learn about it, yeah, I think it's beneficial. Yeah,
yeah,
even if even in my worldly days, I find that I would think it's beneficial. You know, even if I wasn't at that time while following God's will and trying to get in the kingdom, you know, I still would think it's beneficial to know.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
because the way I see it is that it kind of reveal that something is going on in a way that they are actually. I mean, why would you kind of be a Satanist if you didn't believe in the Bible and believe that God is real? Also, you just go against God in a way. So I think, to wake people up to this is hopefully it can bring people to God and not the other way around. And have you known about this all your life, or were you told, or how did you get across these things?
I definitely didn't know about it all my life.
Okay.
Sometimes you just find stuff out from videos online or
Yeah.
somebody saying it. A lot of times it's somebody else educating you, and whether they know everything, but you know, they might know some truth, but
Yeah.
sometimes people just got good information.
But
So,
what about the firmament and the flat Earth thing? Have you ever believed in the globe Earth?
yeah.
You have? Okay. Yeah. So how did you wake up to it, to to this being a lie?
Well, let me go back to something real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
I learned that this, um, think you, yeah, this right here. I
Yeah.
learned
Right.
that this was 666 from a kid,
Yeah.
a little
Okay.
kid. I
Yeah.
don't know how old this
Exactly.
kid was, but he was saying that in the video I saw, he was saying that John Cena
Yeah.
is a devil worshiper or something like that, because this
Yes.
day that he throws up is 666, and I didn't even know that. And I was a little kid. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
But you said the globe. Mm, I still think it's globe like, so I don't disagree with
Okay.
the globe entirely. I just think it's
What?
round,
Yeah. The
and I
heliocentric model in general, that the sun is still and we are traveling around the sun.
no, that's different.
Yeah. So when did
like,
you
like the
did you
globe.
ever believe? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think, okay. So did you ever in your life believe that Earth was kind of a planet moving around the sun? Did you believe in that?
Yeah, that's what they taught. So yeah, I believe
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
They
So
taught it
how
was a
did
globe
you?
too. So yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah. And how did you start believe that this was not true?
Well, when you read the Bible, it tells you. So the
Yeah.
Bible
Okay.
tells you that it talks about in the book of Enoch helps too because it talks about the sun and the moon being the same size. So
Yeah.
they lied about the moon being smaller, and they lied about the sun being so far away or so much
Yeah.
further away. It's not even that far away, but they act like it's so far away.
Yeah.
But because it's in the firmament, it's in the firmament with us, so it's not that far
Right.
away. And
Right.
sometimes the sun is behind the clouds. I mean, in front of the clouds, and the
Mhm.
clouds aren't that high up.
Okay.
So if the sun is sometimes, I mean, not the sun, the moon. The moon is sometimes in front of the clouds. So
Right.
if it's in front of the clouds, it can't be that far away. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, that's another topic.
No,
Anyway,
I follow you.
yeah, but I ain't mean to. So the back to the globe thing. When you read the Book of Enoch, it helps with certain things, and then the Bible talks about how the earth is standing still. It's not moving. It's a certain scripture that says it. So
Mhm.
when you read that, if it's standing still, that means it's not moving. So if it's not moving, this gravity thing that they taught us that the earth is always spinning, it's not true.
Mhm.
Or that it doesn't say that the earth is not a globe or anything like that that I know of in the Bible, but it does say it's round. It does say um that it's like a circle, you know,
Mhm.
so
Yes.
it does give you indication on the shape, but I don't completely disagree with the globe,
Mhm.
but I don't fully take the globe either. What I go with is like do you know the shape of a PlayStation Portable? That kind of long.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of go with that because it's
Yeah.
curved on the edges, but it's more
Yeah.
straight on the horizontal you know, going that way. I kind of go with that shape, which probably isn't accurate, but I kind of go with that over the globe. But and that's based off of a dream I had, and also,
Oh.
you know, comparing it with like scriptures and stuff like that. But maybe that's inaccurate, but I don't know, you know, 100% on what's the truth when it comes to the shape and how it all looks. But so I don't disagree with the globe or take the globe as 100% facts. I just, I got my little different opinions. So when people be like, is the earth flat or is it curved or is it round or is it a globe? I'd be like, it's both to me because it's
Okay.
flat and it's round. That's how it is to me. And people be like, how? And I explain it. But I don't know if I'm right, you know, because all dreams ain't accurate. That dream could have been off. So I'm going by a dream and information that I've read, and that's what I did. I combined it.
Okay. So you had some dreams actually about this?
Just one,
Yeah.
just
One.
one.
Okay.
It was a dream where I flew off the earth and I could see what it looked like,
Oh.
and
Wow.
it looked like a PSP to me in that dream. So that's why I go with that shape.
Okay.
But that don't mean it's really like that.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. But I think did you have you always been a Christian since you were a child and up to uh,
No,
no? Okay.
I
So
mean
how did that?
I heard I gave my life to the Lord when I was 4, but always, I mean, what about 1 to 3? And then you got 5 to now. I mean, 5 to when I was to 2015. You know, in between that, I know I
Mhm.
had a lot of dark stuff going on. So, no, that's the answer.
Okay. Okay. Because for me, I can say especially in my youth, I did not believe so much, and it was a surprise to me that to learn that the firmament was mentioned in the Bible. So, and I also think that when the sign that you were showing, the 666 sign, I feel that there are children who knows more about this than I do, and I I don't know how it was for you to understand that the world was not a that the heliocentric system was faulty, but for me, I had some. It took me a little while. It really was a bump for me to come over in a way because I believed so much in the planet Earth and moon landing and all that. So it took me a little while to accept that the moon landing was a hoax. But have you ever believed in the moon landing?
I mean, I guess so. I mean,
Okay,
when they present it or say it, I ain't never reject it in the beginning.
right,
Like when I seen it in movies or wherever I seen it at, I never rejected it because that's the story they always told. So
right. right?
Sure, I guess I went with it, but it wasn't. I guess it wasn't that big to me. But hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
right,
guess I
but
did go
but
with it.
yeah. hmm
Well,
But did you kind of believe in the Bible first and then in the believe in the firmament, or was it the other way around, or
I didn't
do
know
you
what a
understand?
firmament was.
Right. Okay.
I didn't find out what that was until I'm 39, 10 years, somewhere around 10, yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
was 29, I didn't even know what that was because that word isn't used like that. No, don't nobody go around talking about the firmament. Like in my neighborhood where I grew up, we call it
hmm
the sky.
Yeah. Me
We
too.
call it
So
heaven.
yeah. Yeah.
Nobody says the firmament. So I didn't even know what it was.
Right.
Now, if you say it in another way, like if you say, did you know what the firmament, I mean, did you know what the sky was or the heaven? Or
hmm
do you know what heaven is? Or if you say it another way like that and use a word that I
Yeah.
understood, then I could have answered you different. But the word firmament, nah, I didn't know what it was.
Right. I didn't hear about it before. Maybe it's about 10, 12 years ago. So I wonder how I would have reacted if I had heard about it sooner. But anyway, um, I also this satanic images on that you had a video on this McDonald's thing.
Mhm.
Um, I for me that was also something. It took me a little while to accept it in my head that this is actually the reality of the world I live in, and and I started to think that it's just not a coincidence anymore that you have these symbols. They are actually real and they are put there deliberately, to for some reason. And I just, I don't know about you, but it was kind of I never been so faithful to authorities in a way, but still it took me a while to accept that these symbols really are part of the world. And I I don't know if you, I mean, did it take you a long time to accept it that these symbols are real and not just coincidences or something, or uh, do you remember?
um, I I don't know if it took I don't know how long it took, but I know when I started looking at
Yeah.
X,
Yeah.
you saw that one too. Okay, I don't need to get that one. But I learned this one early on too. But
Yeah. Right.
I used to play this game where I could always come up with 666 in anybody's
Okay.
phone number in USA.
Oh,
Um,
really? What
yeah,
was that?
it's like let's see if I can get a calendar out real quick. I can show you this game.
Okay. When you look for it, can I please go AFK just sir a little minute? I'll be back. Come back here.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna go get a drink too.
Yes, so you're using an online calculator, yes? I think I don't think I've seen actually this one, but are you there? Hello? Hello? I have some audio issues here. Oh yeah, okay, you were AFK? Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
What I miss?
Nothing really. Yeah, I also looked into some calculators, and it is interesting. Just want to mention for you, I also tried to this picture I showed from Oklahoma. I uploaded it to internet to try and let it find where it is located, and it actually confirmed that it is in Oklahoma. So this is also a picture that I think is kind of weird in a way. It's out of its place, so to speak. It is the first one there, I think. No, this one, yeah, mud flood, Oklahoma. Yeah, a little bit down. Yeah, there to the left. Yeah, this one. So I think this is a very, in my opinion, it's a strange building in the middle of nowhere in a way. So I think that, yeah, I use it as an argument that there is something wrong here in a way. But anyway, you had an online calculator you're using, or?
Hold on, wait a minute. Now, what was your original question though? You was asking me about these symbols seem strange to me at first, or was it hard for me to believe that they're real? What was it?
Yeah, I was thinking when you came across it, did you think that that it was just
no, I didn't think
like
it was
nothing?
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, was it a legit put there deliberately, or like a satanism, or was it just by coincidence? Do you immediately?
That's a different question now.
Okay, but did you?
I can
yes,
still answer it though, but
yeah.
But I'm saying that's a different one than the first one though.
Yeah,
but I can.
kind of.
Well, let me say. Okay, let me answer the first one, then I'll answer that one.
Yeah.
The first one was no, I didn't find it difficult to believe because once that little kid pointed out the 666, it was obvious. I mean, if you can see it, it ain't difficult. But the next question you were saying, did I think it was like they was putting it there intentional? What can you say it again?
Well, I agree that I felt in the beginning it could be a coincidence, but I started to, just like you said, it is everywhere. So I had to recognize that this was something real. But do you consider it to be part of Satanism?
Not all the time, but it can be. You know.
Yeah.
Depends on who the person is who's, using it or referring to it or whoever's involved with it. Like if I tell you, go ahead.
What about McDonald's? Do you think that the owners are Satanists?
I mean, it's probably some of them. I mean, because there's something suspicious about it. Like, why would you put so many sixes on a coffee cup?
Right.
Why that number at all? Now, it could be an argument that it's a 9 and not a 6.
Okay.
But still, all you got to do is flip the cup upside down and it's a 6. or
Yeah.
flip it the other way and it's a 9. So
Yes.
whether it's a 6 or a 9, why? So
So you grabbed it kind of immediately that this was something going on, something fishy.
yeah, I mean, now I could be wrong. Maybe they wasn't trying to do anything with 666. Maybe they was just putting, and like it can be two different reasons. Like maybe they was just putting sixes on the cup because
Mhm.
they wanted to, and they don't have anything. You know, it wasn't anything dark behind it. Like they could have had a reason,
Yeah.
but maybe they was to them. Maybe it was nines and not a six. I don't know why they would have used a 9, but so it could have been other reasons for them using that. But anybody, not anybody, but some people who know about the satanic things will find a way to try to add in 666, or
Mhm.
sometimes just people who know about the 666 stuff and the satanic things they do or people do. We can look at stuff and find out whether it's 666 or something satanic. Like once you know, you know.
Yes.
But I don't know if they had any ill intent or if all of them are Satanists. I just know I saw what I saw.
Right.
And I just pointed it out.
Exactly.
So I
There
probably
is.
should have worded it
Yeah.
better. I hope I didn't say in that video that everybody, well, I hope I didn't say that all of McDonald's employees was a Satanist. I
Right.
think I just said
No.
McDonald's is satanic. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
I
I
don't
should have
think so
worded it
either. I
better.
don't think that the employees are part of this
Yeah.
at all. We're talking about the owners here. So.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I said McDonald's is satanic or something. I don't know. I gotta look at that video again.
yeah. Okay. Since you call this video, there is one other thing I feel so much about. I feel like I want to say. If I can please just do that, so I don't forget it.
Well, I'm over here eating anyway.
Okay. I mentioned for you also in on the when you were gaming that there's a theory that Elvis is Antichrist. It sounds kind of, yeah. So I'm gonna give you a little argument that that this could actually be the case.
All right.
So okay, so the word Elvis could actually be both Hebrew and Roman numerologies and English in the same word. So if you start with L in Elvis, could be Hebrew for Elohim, for God,
Mm-hmm.
and the next would be the V, the VE
Oh,
in
it's a
Roman.
VE?
Yes,
I thought it was a VIS.
yes, but we skip the S for now. I take first L for
Oh, so
God.
just the VI?
Yes, and now the VI, yeah,
Let
and
me,
that,
let me do this real quick. Just make sure. Okay,
yep,
yeah, I thought that's what. So the next part, you said a VE though. I thought it was VI.
yeah. Do you say I or E in English?
I mean,
Maybe
it's
my English.
pronounced. It could be pronounced V like an E, but it's spelled with an I though.
Okay,
It,
so
it
well, it
you know
is
what I mean?
the, I mean the VI, yeah, that one, yeah. So that would be like in Roman numbers, that would be like V is a 5 and E is 1. So VE equals
But where
6.
do you get the E?
No, sorry, I mean I.
Oh,
It
the
is me.
I.
It's my English, which is not superb, I think.
So
Okay, so you
so
have
the
VI.
but
Yeah,
it
so
says the
V,
V is a 5.
yeah, and but you add a VI. You have VI,
Oh,
not
you add
only,
in the I. Okay.
yeah. So you have, if you try, yeah, that's a number 1. So if you put VI, you have a 6.
Okay. And what about the
Like,
S?
yeah. So let me take one thing one step at a time here. So
Okay.
you have L in Elvis for God. You have VI is the number 6, and then you end the whole thing with the S. And in English, the S is used to give a plural form, that it is more than one, like one car, 2 cars. So you add an S there, right, to have it in more than one.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you now can transform Elvis into God 6 sixes, like in God of the Sixes. And yes, so that will be. So I start off with the Hebrew for L, and then the Roman for VI, and then finally S for plural in English. So you get yeah, basically God of the Sixes. So now I understand that this is you may think of it as a stretch to do this. I understand that, but at least this is how the theory goes: is that Elvis is God of the Sixes. So he's basically the 666 God. He's Satan. He's the Antichrist or something. And furthermore, this 666 sign that you did with your hand, that some kid had taught you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you look at if you look at it in a different way, you could also argue that it's not just 666. It can be other numbers also. It can be a 1, 1, and a 6. And if you take it upside down, it could be 9, 1, 1. So if you take it upside down, it's 9, 11. And if you take it the correct way, it is 1, 1, 6, or 11, 6, or backwards, it's 6, 11. So it's June 11. So the idea is that that Elvis is going to be like the Antichrist, and that this is connected to June 11. So there is a theory that something should happen on that particular day in America. At least that's how the theory goes. So, and the theory is also in Seattle. I could give you the link to the YouTube user who has made a lot of videos about it. Well, anyway, so that's how the argument is, that Elvis is the God of the Sixes, or basically I mean, not a real God, of course. He's just mimicking God, and so basically, it's a hidden way of saying Satan in a way, or the Antichrist. Maybe a bit difficult to be sure.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be in Seattle in this theory. So,
all right. Let me do this game with you real quick.
Yep, sure.
Are you
please,
are you in USA? Where you at?
I'm in Norway. I'm situated.
Okay, give me let me see. Give me a 9 or 10 digit number. You can use a number from your country, or you can just pull up any random number. We can make it up. Just give me a 10 or 9 digit number. Like over here in America, for example, we use 10 to 9 digit numbers. I don't know about over there. Or phone numbers, by the way.
What are you asking me for now? I'm not sure I understand.
Okay.
You want me to come up with a number, just a random number, or?
Yeah, like for example, I'm gonna just type in some random numbers.
Okay.
But we can make up any number, right? Okay, so this is 1-252-845-3654. Now this is how our numbers go in America. Like we got 10 to 9 digit numbers. I think in other countries is a little different, but so this could be somebody's actual phone number. So this is how the game works. I can use, because a lot of times when we dial numbers, we don't have to put the 1 in front of it. So this 1 isn't really needed, but I can use it if I wanted to. And I thought I deleted it, but I actually deleted the 4 at the end somehow. I don't know how. That's weird. I can't put the 4 back now. What's up with this calculator? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
It just didn't show the little thing that is blinking to put the 4. But anyway, so this is how I would do the game. In order to find 666 in all numbers, I could either add or subtract, divide or multiply any of these numbers to try to come up with it. But most of the time, I only add and subtract. So I would look at the 5 and the 1. If I add it, that's a 6. But a lot of times I won't even use the 1. So if the 1 isn't there, I already got a flat out 6.
Mm-hmm.
So then I could try to, let's see, I couldn't subtract the 8 and the 3 because that'd be 5. I could take the 2 and the 4 and add it. That'd be 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see what else I can do to get another 6. It's actually another 2 here and a 4 there. So I could just take that and make another 6, and I'll have 666 without even using the 1. But if I needed to, I could use the 1. Now, I can use a phone number I had in the past and do this too. Like this was my grandma's old phone number. That was my grandma's old phone number.
Okay.
Now we already got a 6, so I wish it didn't, but that's the area code. So there's a 4 and a 2, so that's the second one. Now this is difficult because you got a 7 and a 3. I can't subtract it or add it. Oh, 3. That's the other one.
Yeah, that's fine. But what do you do with the 7s?
I can't do anything with them because there's no way for me to get a 6 out of them, out of everything that's here. The only way I could use the 7s is if I use the 1 before the area code that we sometimes use.
Okay.
So I tried to put the 1 in front of it, but for some reason it won't. So I can use the 1 and subtract this with the 7 and make it a 6 if I really need it. But I didn't use the 1, so the 7s is just there. Like all the other numbers is there. Basically, what I would do is I would just go through the entire numbers to see if I can add or subtract, multiply or divide within all the numbers that's in the phone number and come out with 666 some kind of way. And I could do this in any phone number in America. So that's how I do it. I used to play a game. That used to be a game I used to play.
Okay. Well, yeah. By the way, I'm just curious. Does many people have 33 first in their telephone number? Is that common or?
Well, certain area codes like 33. Let me get rid of all that. So 336 is an area code. 252 is an area code. 704 is an area code, and it's just like for different areas, depending on where you're located. Like all the area codes I gave you is in North Carolina. Certain other states got like 803, 757, 410. I mean, we can use like 410, 785, 9956. No, I don't want to put a 6 in it. 53. Like we can make up that number as a 9-digit number and use that. So you can really make up any number.
Right. But do
That's
you
why I was
usually?
telling you can make up one and we can go with that.
Okay. If I take the one I made first here would be 3426. 4253. Why did I say no? 236.
We need 2 more numbers.
Yeah, for 243. And then 3. Sorry. Så 3, 4, 26, 42, 45.
Did you say 37?
3. So let me see here. 3, 4, 2, 6,
Oh, go ahead.
4, 2, 4, 5. Sorry,
4,
maybe I
5.
said wrong. Yeah.
So 4, 5 after the 4, 2?
Yeah, and then 3, 5.
3, 5. Let's see. This might be 9. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Well, it's already a 6 in there, so and the 4, 2, and then the other 4, 2. But even if I didn't use the 4, 2, you got the 3 and the 3. Yeah, you made that one easy for me. It's a
Well, I
lot.
would say,
It's a lot that I can get 6s out of that with. And even if I didn't, like if it was harder, I still have the possible 1, that I can use in front of it.
right.
And then I could just add that to the 5. So
Okay. Yeah.
that one wasn't
Yeah.
hard.
No, that was easy. So, but do you think there's some connection here to the Mark of the Beast, or somehow,
With the
or
phone
not?
numbers?
Yes,
I thought
and
it
the
was
numbers
something
in general.
Well, I
Okay.
thought it was something to it, how I could find 666 in every phone number in America. But
Okay.
I don't know if I said this to anybody, but I wouldn't. I don't know if I can say it's 100% anything to it, if at all. But it may
Mhm.
be. It may be some speculation there.
Yeah.
But it may be hard to prove. But could be something there. Into the mark of the beast.
But do you find
I
that
don't
there's
know.
always are there always 3 6s, or do you sometimes find 4?
Yeah, I can find 4 sometimes,
Okay. Because the
but all
thing
I
is,
need is 3.
when I do this with my real phone number, it's kind of interesting, because then I get 3 6s, and I get some numbers to spare.
Yeah.
So
yours must have
that's,
been an easy one.
yeah, that was one kind of easy, and that's but we only use 8 numbers. 8, yeah. So but I never checked into numbers in this way before. So maybe there are some things they are doing so that you always can get. But I haven't checked many numbers, so
Man, any number. I'm telling you,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I was testing it out long time ago, like 10 years ago.
okay,
After I found this out,
yeah,
I was just testing numbers out, man.
right,
Any number. And I think I probably just made up stuff just to see if
yeah,
I can get it. And I got it in
yeah,
everything, no matter
right,
the number.
okay,
So I mean, if you try to make it hard for me,
yeah,
I probably will still get it, depending on what the numbers are. Because I mean, if it's something
yeah,
like with a lot of zeros, I probably won't be able to get it because it's a lot of zeros.
yeah,
But if it ain't too difficult, yeah, I could probably find it.
yeah,
Out of curiosity, see, that was gonna be easy. I was thinking to do something like 303, 303, 303, but the
mhm,
threes to give me the 6s,
yeah.
so
That one is easy. So
I couldn't even do that. But if it's a lot of zeros, you probably can't do it. Maybe if I
right,
do something like 505, I think I don't think I could do 505.
right. But you don't often see those numbers either. Usually
Mm-mm.
they are more random, and I wouldn't be surprised if they who run the world is making sure that the telephone numbers are made so that so that you can get the 666 in them. It's I mean,
Yeah,
they're very hung up on it, and I at least I my experience now is that they are very they are also very persistent about what they are doing. They have kind of chosen a path to I mean, let me put it this way: I don't think that you could ever. I think it would be very difficult to make an owner of McDonald's who is a Satanist to kind of break out of it. It seems almost impossible. They are just so stuck to it. So, but it is. I will check some other numbers also and see if they are exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I could. I'm just curious if I can round off with that one picture from Oklahoma. If I could just ask you, what is your thought on that picture?
Nothing.
Really okay. So,
It's just
but
a
I
big
mean,
building.
if it's indeed a true picture, then I mean, there's always this debate about that. But
just a big building. I mean, it could have been before they started building around it and a lot of stuff, or it could have been a populated place that got wiped out due to them sinning, like certain places the Bible speaks of where they were flourishing, or they was living there, and then they started sinning against God, and then after they get to a certain point, God will either wipe them out and make the land desolate. And it could have been something like that. I don't know. Or it just may have been an area that was being built up and it wasn't a lot of stuff around it yet. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I just I was also thinking, since this is in Oklahoma, which is supposedly one of the more areas of the United States that were kind of well, at least what I have learned is that New York was kind of like the first areas that was populated when, and I think that many Norwegians, they went to Minnesota and yeah, another area also, not so much Oklahoma, but I find that it's kind of out of proportions in a way to think that the way it seems on the picture, it seems a bit off in a way. I mean, there's a long way from this building to kind of like to General Custer and this type of war thing in a way. So that's at least that's why I was thinking.
I mean, if you think outside the box, you can come up with reasons to why it looks the way it looks.
Yeah.
It could have been somebody that had a lot of land, or that was rich and had a lot of money or whatever, and they had a lot of acres and they just hadn't filled it up yet. Or you don't know what they was going to do with that. Maybe they was going to grow grass or make some sort of drive through parts or what. I don't know. But all I know is we can come up with possible things that was going on or that was going to go on if you think about it, but we didn't think about it long enough.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I would have an argument, a counter argument, that this is I mean, to have money is one thing, but you need manpower and you need someone who can really build. You can't have just random people in a way, and you need materials also to build this. So
yeah, but the evidence is the building.
Yeah, right. Of course,
somebody built that.
Yep, so that's true.
Whoever
So
did
yeah,
that, they could do the rest, maybe, unless they only specialized in building structures like that. Maybe that team is done, and now the team is gonna do the grass, the yard, the field, the walkway, and the driveways is on the
yeah,
way or
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, that I don't know how it went down, but some men can do that.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand. If I can just finalize this buildings thing, let's say that if I can please encourage to just in your neighborhood, try and look for evidence in the bigger buildings that they are actually going deeper than what the narrative goes. So
But it wouldn't really do anything for me, man. I already
no, no,
know.
I understand. I understand. I understand. That's true, but yeah, that's true.
But I already know that it's a fact. I don't have to
Yeah,
look. I already
yeah,
know certain buildings go deeper in the earth and underground and got basements and all these rooms. I don't need to
yeah.
look. I already
Right.
know it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can, but I already know it exists. But
Yeah.
still, wouldn't really do anything for me other than the fact that I would just learn about maybe which ones got it and which ones don't. But whether I find out or not, I already know. I already know.
Yeah. I understand that. I get that.
I mean, in a building like that should have some underground, you know,
Yeah. It should
because it's
also.
huge.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular house.
Right.
So you'd
That's,
expect something kind of like that to have something like that.
yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Because what if it's a big old like museum or library and they want to protect certain spiritual biblical books? They're gonna want to have some sort of room or underground area or somewhere they can keep it from people. So if
Yeah.
they want to do something underground, why not?
Yeah.
It may not even be for that reason, but I'm just throwing up an idea.
Yeah. I get it.
So yeah.
Yeah. Um. I just yeah. If I go back to that McDonald's and the symbolism on the on the McDonald's cups and all that. Uh, does that make you kind of feel that you lose any trust in the people who run the world? Or what, if that makes sense to ask that? I mean, do you think that because
Sort of,
people like yeah,
sort of, but it depends on how you look at who runs the world.
yeah,
Because when you say that, I didn't think of it as far as humans running the world. I mean, it can be allowed to have certain positions of power and things like that, but run the world,
yeah,
you got it depends on how it's looked at. Because I didn't consider them running the world,
right.
so
But when you okay, I'm not, so I'm not completely okay. So you said you had some issues with the 9/11 back in 2001 about believing it to be true. But
hmm
uh, but what about other stuff? Like, I mean, Donald Trump can be seen doing the hand sign sometimes.
I mean, we
The
can go back to the running the world of people if that's what will clear it up for you. But I was thinking about it like God is over all that. So when you say running the world, as far as people, my view of it was different. They don't run it.
okay,
God allows them to do certain things, but yeah. So that's why I was at with it. But of course, we know people have authority and they do, you know, bad things with their free will.
mm.
But that's why I was at with that. So do you still need to ask about 9/11?
Well, I was thinking, um, do you consider it to be a fraud and deception?
Yeah.
Okay. But
I
do you
don't know
think
if
that
fraud would go in that category, would it? Is that the same as deception, maybe?
maybe not, but deception then?
Well, yeah, definitely that.
Definitely. Okay. So, okay, do you think that, okay, I'm just asking freely, do you think that Satan is real?
Hmm?
Is Satan real? A persona?
Well, yeah, persona. I don't know what
Okay.
that is. What I haven't looked that up, and I don't. If I did, I don't remember. What is that?
Right. Well, I mean, Satan, the devil.
Oh, I thought you said persona.
Now, yeah, but do you think that the devil is a persona, or do you think of it more like a metaphor, or how do you think of it?
I don't even know what persona means. How do you spell that so I can look it up?
Like a physical being, like you yourself, walking on two
That's what
legs.
persona means.
Yeah, isn't it? Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but that's what I meant at least. Could you talk to, I mean, if could you think that the devil could be on the other side of the table that you are now and talk to you as a person,
Um.
or
Well, the, when you say Satan,
yeah?
Satan is not always the main adversary. Satan is because the definitions of it is like. Have you ever looked at the definitions of it?
I have heard several theories, but I'm gonna be frank with you and say that that I think that ultimately that the devil, the Satan, is a, a what should I say, a physical creature of some sort. I
Yeah.
think that
Okay.
maybe you don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but uh, maybe. But that's how I think of it. I think that Satan was in heaven, and when he was thrown to earth, he or, yeah, maybe I'm not sure if it's a he actually. I'm not even sure if he has a gender, but that it's a real someone real.
Mm.
So but maybe you look at it differently. Maybe you think of it in a different way, that it's more like
No,
a metaphor or
I'm gonna get you some information that I found out along the way, but
okay.
I don't think you're wrong about um some of the stuff you're saying, or at least all of it. But I'm gonna just get you what I've learned over time because I used to think that Satan was just the devil, or but as I
Okay.
started reading and learning, like I would see Satan used for other people, or not
Mhm.
always the main adversary of humans, or you know so when you look up, let's start with the basics. So from a basic dictionary,
Mhm.
Satan can mean the angel who in Jewish belief is commanded by God to tempt humans to sin, to accuse the sinners, and to carry out God's punishment. Another definition says the rebellious angel who in Christian belief is the adversary of God and Lord of evil. And
Mhm.
that's all it says from right there.
But
I don't know if
which
it,
one of these do you think any of these are more correct than the other?
well, that wasn't really, I don't know, because I haven't read them all. But
But
the
I mean, the
point,
two that you showed now, the one that in Jewish thinking, because in that first definition, it seems that Satan is actually doing good God's work in a way.
what he does, you
Well,
don't think,
indirectly, but
evil spirits help us?
no, not evil spirits. No, I don't think
See,
so.
I didn't think so either, but they actually do.
Okay. But you
Because
mean indirectly, or what do you
I
mean?
think it could be indirectly, but whether or not it's intentional,
Mhm.
their jobs are to tempt us, to test us, to what's the word they just used to they go to God and they what's the word they try to let me look at that definition. It just said it and I can't remember it. Accuse. I don't think it said it in here, but they basically accuse us of
Mhm.
certain things. I thought it said that, but oh, it did say it, to accuse the sinners. Well, okay. So, but by them doing these things, whether they go to God or however they get into communication with God, however that goes, they are allowed to test us. And this is where I say they can help us, whether indirectly or not, whether they want to or know it. They can help us by tempting us and trying us. And
Okay.
sometimes we may overcome the trial. And if we get to a point where we start walking with God and we start doing His will and we go on that journey with God, and these evil spirits have tempted us and tried us and did all they can do, to the point that we gotten
Okay.
so strong and stronger and stronger, and we learned to
Right.
fight them so well, they've helped us. Like they
Right.
helped, because it wasn't just us. They was our trainers in a way. Like, oh, well, not like, you know how you spar, or you know how like you do anything in life, like you have help. Like when you try to ride a bicycle, you have the bicycle itself to help
Mhm.
you ride it, because without the bicycle you don't have anything to ride. Sure, there could be a physical person coaching you and holding you when you're young, and so you don't fall. So,
Yeah.
but and you might have training wheels, but either way, you have something to help you along the way. And to replace the bicycle, it would be the evil spirits. The evil spirits would tempt us however they do, but they're there to help us. And whether we overcome the trial or we fail, they was there. So it wasn't just us ourselves, it was them with us. So it's
Mhm.
like, whether they wanted to help us, they can, and they have. Like, they helped me because I've overcome some trials. I failed a lot too, but you know, since they're always gonna come for us, they can help us grow. And they, because they're never gonna stop coming for us. So in my
Right.
opinion, that's how they can help us. They
But
help
do
us
you
get
think that
stronger.
okay? But do you think that Satan rebelled against God?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's evidence of that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
let me. Well, go ahead.
yeah. Well, because I I'm thinking more that um, if I look into especially Revelation in the Bible, that it seems that I get the impression that Satan wants people to end up in the lake of fire in a way. Uh, that is Satan's will in a way. That I don't think that it doesn't seem to me that Satan have any intention of trying to help anybody except maybe indirectly, but basically to have humans sin so much that they basically end up together with Satan and the Antichrist in the lake of fire.
Well,
Um,
you may view it that way, and I used to
yeah,
think of it like maybe similar, like they wasn't trying to help at all. But after a while of being tested and tried and fighting demons,
yeah,
I viewed it differently, because
okay,
they've helped me. They've helped me in a way. Um, and I guess overall, if the story is true, or if it's true that God is the one that's, allowing them to come to you and giving the okay to go get them, go try them or whatever, then
yeah,
it's overall God that's helping you. But
yes,
He's using them to do the, you know, they're involved in some way. So it's like we can't discount them because they were there.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
So
but,
it's
but
kind of
what do
like
you
what I was saying.
yeah?
Go ahead.
What do you think about Satan's ultimate uh, plan for humans? Is it to help or basically
Well,
destroy humans?
of course, we
Not
know. we know what that is. Like they don't want us to get in the kingdom of God, but
right? Exactly.
and
So, right,
even if they do, like 'cause some of them might want that, because I don't know all their thoughts, like each and every one. But
right.
because some of them might actually want some of us to get in the kingdom. Because I mean, you, I would think that it would be very ignorant of them to not want anybody to get in the kingdom because they know themselves how bad it's gonna be to not be in there. I would think that they'll be very ignorant or stupid or it would just be idiotic. Now that could be the case, but it may be some of them that knows better, and they're just on that
Okay,
other side, and there is
right.
nothing else they can do to get eternal life.
Okay.
But I mean, if I were look, this just me. If I were an evil spirit or some sort of damned angel, I would try to get in the kingdom in some way. Like I don't care if it take me 10,000 years or
Yeah.
whatever, because if I get in, I get in. Like
Yes.
if I can redeem myself in any way,
Yeah.
I would try it because it ain't worth being in hell forever. But I don't know if God will ever give him mercy. But I mean, if it's a way, because I mean, you can at least try your hardest and
Hmm.
still get told no. But I'd rather do that than just do what they're doing. And it may be some of them that think like that, but I don't know.
Right.
I just couldn't just I don't know, man. Me, I just couldn't give up and just go to hell, man. I just can't do it.
Right.
That's just me though. I can't control nobody else. Can't control them. But I just couldn't give up. So
Yeah. 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 I have been thinking a little bit the same, that we don't know exactly the what. Maybe Satan even tricked some of the other fallen angels a little bit to to rebel against God.
yeah, he
Um,
definitely did. My
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Okay. But if I go back to, if I try to connect this to 9/11, then in 2001, you said that there was a deception there.
Hmm.
Um, because I'm thinking like in the term that the people who are behind 9/11, the deception there, are Satanists and using deception as a tool or a weapon, just like Satan used it in the Garden of Eden to fool Adam and Eve out of the garden. Um, at least that's how I've been thinking about it. That they use tricks on TV and deception in general to fool people to believe that the 9/11 was a real thing, and that they are um, yeah, that they have actually. I believe that they are taking oaths and so on, and that they are actually uh, serving Satan in such a way. Then I don't know if you have been thinking about 9/11 in that term, but at least that's how I've been thinking about it. Uh, like there's a deception is their weapon, so to speak, um, and by that controlling the narrative in on the TV and the news, etc. But that would kind of indicate that Satan would be yeah. So I think that Satan is a real. It's not just a metaphor the way I see it. In
Hmm.
Job, for example, he even have access to the heaven, which is very surprising to me. That at that point, because it seemed to me that he had fallen already when he still had access
Hmm.
to the heaven. So that was
Right.
very strange.
Yeah, but let me show you something deeper. So I'm not
Okay.
saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying it's something deeper. Like, so look at these. So this is the word in Hebrew for Satan. Um,
Okay.
Let me go up to the top. So it's Shatan.
Hmm.
So Now they say it's just Satan, but I pronounce it from a different Hebrew language. So that's why I'm using the H with it and saying Shah. But it can be Satan or Shatan. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. Those three words at the top, right there, right here. Now we're gonna come down and look at where it's used at. Now it says the KJV translates this as Satan, adversary, and
Hmm.
withstand. Outline of biblical usage. Gonna say some of the same stuff, so I'm just gonna skip it. The Hebrew definition, it says an opponent. Sorry, my me and the microphone. It says especially with the article prefixed Satan, the arch enemy of good, adversary Satan withstand, of course. So then we come down to where it's used in the Bible, and it's in Job too, but I'm not gonna get Job right now. I'm gonna go to definitely Kings because I want you to see Kings on how it's used. But Samuel has a good is I might need to read that too because look at the way they used it in 2 Samuel 19:22.
Okay.
It says, and David said, what have I to do with you, you sons of Zeruiah, that you should this day be adversaries to me? Shall there be, shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel? Now, the way it used it was more than one adversaries.
Hmm. Okay.
And he wasn't talking about the main adversary. He was talking about humans,
Okay. Yeah.
but it was still using the word Satan in Hebrew. Now we can actually look at it in the Hebrew and see what was behind it and see if it was really there. I gotta scroll down.
Was it Second Samuel 2:9? Was it? Or
I think it's 19. Yeah, 2 Samuel 19:22.
22? Okay.
Yeah. So here it is right here. This is the Hebrew word La Shatan. And if we come down, we can see where it's translated as adversaries right here. Adversaries,
Yes.
Satan or Shatan and La Shatan. But let me get to the main ones because that was just one that I wanted you to see. But when you see how it's translated in Kings, check this out. So this is when Solomon was reigning. Now, when Solomon started doing bad, this is what happened to him. 1 Kings 5:4. But now the Lord my God have given me rest. Now this was when he was obeying God.
Okay.
But now the Lord my God have given me rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary nor evil occurring. So he was good because he was doing
Okay.
good. So God protected him from any adversary. And he uses the word shaitan. So I'm not
Hmm.
even gonna go into Hebrew for that, but we could and verify it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna keep going. So now this is when he changed. This is when he started marrying all these women and started making all
Okay.
these places so they can worship the other gods and all that. So check this out. So 1 Kings 11. It says, and the Lord stirred up an adversary to Solomon, Hadad the Edomite, and this was the adversary.
Hmm.
Now spiritually, it could have been a evil spirit that went inside of this person and was working with him, but the adversary was Hadad the Edomite, and then it
Hmm.
says he was the king's seed in Edom. Now that word is Shaitan.
Okay.
And then it goes on to say in 1 Kings 11:23, and God stirred him up another adversary, same word, Shaitan. And this is where I started looking at this word a little different because when I was looking at this in the Hebrew, I'm like, now wait a minute, let me see if this is actually the same word for Satan in Hebrew, and it really was. And I'm like, okay, so the main adversary that you spoke of isn't always used as Satan in the scriptures because it's referring to other people sometimes. So
Mhm.
sometimes it could be the main adversary himself or a human, or it just depends on who it's describing. But so the
Mhm.
definition of Satan is not just the physical, I mean, not the physical, but the spirit, the main adversary himself. It can also be used for a human, uh, um, an enemy, an opponent, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So hell, even by the definition, God could be an adversary to somebody if they get on his bad side, if they disobey him, or if they keep going on that wicked path. God can become an adversary to other people. He
Yeah.
already has, but it may not call him Satan, but he
Right.
can clearly be against people. And if God is your enemy, he clearly ain't your friend. So
Yes.
maybe to the evil spirits and Satan himself, God is Satan, and by definition, like the adversary, because maybe to
Right.
them, God is like the enemy of their whatever they're trying to do. So he's like the opposite. He's like the adversary to them. But I don't know how they look at it. But I know this: you don't want God to be the adversary. I know that.
Yeah.
So
But I agree also. It also says in First Kings 11:23 there, or on the top, that God stirred up another
hmm
Satan in a way. So it
yeah.
was God who stirred up. I know that I can say that I know that this is a debate, and I I find that it is almost difficult for us to really understand it, what's going on. But I know that in the New Testament, the Satan is going into Judas. Uh, there's a place there when uh, the way I may potentially understand it is that Satan is entering uh, Judas to go against Jesus Christ. Uh, I don't think that that could happen unless you would allow it in a way that you are basically a bad person. Then you want to be evil, and um, but so that particular one you had there, that was when God stirred up another Satan. That was Second King 11? Was that correct? Uh,
One Kings, yeah, and One Kings 11, it happens a few times.
okay,
But
so
check this out.
okay.
So you brought up Satan in the New Testament. So when I go to Satan in the New Testament, one of the times it occurs, it says that the outline of biblical usage can mean adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act, the name given to the prince of evil spirits, the inveterate, I probably didn't say that properly, adversary of God and Christ. He incites apostate. I mean, he incites apostasy from God and to sin, um, circumventing men by his wiles. The worshippers of idols are said to be under his control. By his demons, he is able to take possession of men and inflict them with diseases. By
Mhm.
God's assistance, he is overcome. Okay, okay. It even says a Satan-like man. um, yeah, that's the outline of biblical usage. Now, the Greek, it says of Hebrew origin, going back to the same one we just saw, it says Satan, i.e., the devil, and that's it. It was pretty short, but yeah, that's how I used it in this one. Now, what was the verse? So this was the verse he used for this one. And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan, to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Okay. So that wasn't the one that you was referring to, but that's the first one I looked at. So I think this is the one you was talking about, where Judas did what it. Yeah, it's got to be it.
Yeah, I can try and find it.
Oh, now look at this one. But he turned and said to Peter, "Get thee behind me, Satan. You
Yes,
are
yes,
an offense to me, for you savors not the things that be of God, but those that be of men." Now
yes.
that one doesn't come up a lot, but I ain't even think about that one.
Yeah. I can just, as a general, say that I feel that I don't understand every single sentence in the Bible. I feel that it's very difficult to,
Yeah, I don't either.
almost divine to understand everything. But I know that in Luke 22:3,
Hmm.
as soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So I'm thinking that maybe um, uh, what should I say? Maybe Satan can operate, like maybe Satan, for example, went into a snake and used the snake to fool Adam and Eve. Because I know that there are some people who only believe in the Old Testament, and they say that the snake was actually a real, just an animal, and that's it. That Satan in itself was not involved in this. But I kind of disagree. I think there is something, because it doesn't really say directly that the snake is the serpent is Satan in the Old Testament. But I suppose in the New Testament you have the old serpent. Um, so I understand it like this is supposed to be Satan. Do you agree on that, or what do you think? Do you think the snake, the serpent in the Garden of Eden was Satan or an animal? Just an animal.
I think it was just a well, it could have been. It could have been the actual spirit, but it seemed like it was an actual animal.
Actual animal, yeah. But do you think that Satan had anything to do with it, or do you think that the animal acted on its own?
I don't know if the animal was that intelligent to do it on its own. So
Right? Okay.
I mm, I don't know, but I thought that it was an evil spirit going inside of it to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So
I don't think so though, because why would the animal know some of the things he said? I don't know if that would make sense.
right.
Because if we go back and read it, some of the things that I think it said was you will be. Did it say you will be gods? Like I gotta look at it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking also, why would the serpent even be involved in this? I mean, like an animal.
Okay, so when did he start trying to trick them? Okay, so I guess immediately he starts talking to the lady. So it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, yeah, have God said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And I will skip that part and go to 3, but I'll skip that part 2. So 4. Gotta go down to 4. And the serpent said to the woman, you shall not surely die. For God do know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. See, this part,
Yeah.
that's the part I was thinking about. Now, he didn't say what I thought it said, but it still said, you should be as gods, knowing good and evil. How did this serpent know that? So
Right.
that's kind of what makes me doubt, that it was that it was just the actual animal or reptile, whatever. But how? Because
Yeah.
how would it know that?
Right. And why is it even talking about it to begin with, in a way? And I just, but I the way I have understood it is that that the theory is that it's really somehow the devil working here. But yeah, so but that also means that at this point Satan has fallen from God's grace at this stage. But I was thinking maybe there's a connection there with that part, with the one that you were showing, that when humans are like a satanic adversary, that they are kind of being used by Satan in the same way that the serpent was used. I don't know, but and there
Well,
was this.
go ahead.
There was one other passage I was thinking about. Yeah, but the first one was very interesting. So it seems that in First King, when the Lord is kind of um, um, rising up an adversary or a Satan for Salomo, it was the Hadad. I agree that it seems to be that it's basically the Lord who is here, is kind of starting the whole thing.
In 1
Yeah.
Kings, you say?
The one you were showing, the First King, 11:14.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the God be behind some stuff now.
Right. So that is. I'm just going to find myself a study Bible there.
Take your time. Hey, we might have to pick up on this next time too, because I got to get ready to work out. I'll tell him when he get back. Hey, I don't know if we should go too deep because I'm gonna get ready to go and work out.
Yeah, that's true. I understand. I'll look into the. I can do that later also. So
yeah, but look, that's what I was gonna say. We can pick it up next time.
Yeah,
and keep going because this is a good topic. This can go deep.
It can.
I don't mind going, but I know I got to work out before I fall asleep.
Right. That's fine. I hope you can get your not to, what do you call it when you turn your night and day upside down? That's not so good. So it's better to sleep during the night.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. It's the weekend, but you know, certain people gonna wake me up in here anyway. So
yeah, okay.
And it's supposed to snow sometime tomorrow, supposedly. So I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Okay. Well, we can do that. That's pleasure. And please, if you bring someone else, I would be happy to join in and listen to what other people are thinking about it. So that's fine. I think I'll manage to say those things that I want to do also, first and forehand. So yeah. So what do you say we turn off here and maybe come back later sometimes, potentially. So
Yeah. Tomorrow we're supposed to get back on. Me and this guy, we God willing, we're trying to do something about. Oh, I can't remember right now. I think it's the contradictions of the Bible. Yeah, he wanna do the contradictions. So tomorrow, is it contradictions? Yeah, it's contradictions. So we're supposed to talk about that. I think. Yeah, it's contradictions. So God willing, that happens, but I'll be live streaming a lot anyway. So that's the plan. But um maybe tomorrow or sometime after that we can link up and continue this topic. Because I
yeah,
mean it's an interesting topic.
it is interesting, and it's interesting to talk to people who have looked into it also. That because it's not always so easy to just come up with the right. It is difficult sometimes to understand every sentence. I think sometimes what this exactly
Yeah,
is going on. But
true.
that's fine by me. So why don't you, if you are ever catching some zombies or something, I'm probably gonna see you do that. So I can contact you there also if you want to.
You say contact me
Or
where?
I mean on the YouTube if you are
Oh,
gaming or something.
oh yeah. I'm
um,
I'm planning on gaming after this so I can get my workout on. I like to
okay.
work out in
Yeah.
between the game.
Okay.
I can't. A lot of times I can't just do a workout and not have anything going on. So
Right.
if I'm not listening to like a documentary or something, I can't
Yeah.
just. A lot of times I just can't. I gotta have something going on, some music, something in the
Okay. Yeah.
background, a
Okay.
game. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I gotta have something a
Yeah.
lot of times. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. God willing, man. Unless we need to set up like a day and time, I don't think we need to. But you know, whenever we get back,
Uh, yeah.
go ahead.
Well, if you want to, we can do that. Otherwise, you can just. I could also. I will just take it on the randomly if we meet up on the YouTube or something. If you are on the YouTube gaming,
Mhm.
or what do you want to do? If you want to, maybe this hour is also maybe unsuitable for you. It's too late in the night, so um,
You know
um,
what? Maybe in the future, because I've been using Discord more, and
mhm,
I know Discord is a way to communicate,
yeah,
and maybe I can make like a godly or biblical spiritual channel or chat, whatever they call them things, server,
yeah,
and maybe we can work on that, and that way we can invite people um from different parts of the world. That's not because we're not in the same country, so it'd be a way to chat and keep it going and maybe like schedule things and say, hey, are you
mhm,
free now to do the like the event or
yeah,
whatever? But
yeah.
I don't know. That's just a thought. Maybe in the future I'll work with, but just a thought, you know. But I definitely
That's
think we should just randomly get back on here and
yeah, that's fine.
for now,
Uh,
knock it
yeah.
out.
I was thinking maybe I should just send you a short email and you could get maybe my email address if you want to.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
um,
Hold on.
see.
Would it be easier if I typed it out right here?
Yeah,
Do
that
you see
would
that?
be nice. Yep. Uh, no, I don't see it. Um,
Maybe I gotta put it in the notes.
okay.
I wonder what. Oh, private chat. I put it in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember. Um, you're right.
I
Exactly.
just put it in the private chat. Maybe that's easier.
So, if you want to, yeah, we can just meet up maybe some if you are gaming or anything, and if that's okay for you, and then just set up a time or whatever you want to do, and or we can do it on the via email. But then you had some other people you wanted to bring in. Maybe you can ask that person when it's suitable for this. So
Yeah, I normally don't ask a lot of people to join me, so whoever
okay,
joins, I ain't against it, but I'm just saying, it's kind of rare. But I mean, if you know anybody, you can invite.
yeah,
Um, I kind of go with the flow. Whoever's you know gonna get in when we're doing it, I'm cool with that. But right now, I wasn't thinking to invite anybody, but I mean, I could. Normally, I don't.
okay.
So,
But how do you want to? Do you feel more like we just take it randomly in the future, or do you want to set? Do you think it's better to have a specific day for this other person also, maybe? Or
if somebody else join,
yeah, because I was thinking if you know somebody else, maybe it's suitable for that person to have a specific time,
day and
maybe.
time. Right now, I would. We can kind of like for me and you, we can do it like this, unless we need to schedule anything. But which I
Yep.
think we will in the future if we keep doing it. But yeah, we can in the future if somebody else is coming. Yeah, we can do the scheduled things, but that's still God's will. So even if we
Yeah.
schedule like Tuesday, 9
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern time, and whatever time for you and them,
Yeah.
and if maybe somebody running late or maybe somebody forgot, it's always
Yeah.
something. So it might not happen even if we schedule it. So, but
Yeah. That's true.
either way, I'm gonna be streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be streaming
Streaming. Yeah. Oh,
most
that
likely.
sounds good for me. So, and if I know somebody, I will try and join it. But I have to say, it's not that many that seems to be so interested. So, but I know that there are some people who like to go a little deeper in this, and they enjoy that. I will contact and see what they say. So,
Yeah,
but
and they out
okay,
there.
well, yeah, well,
We
I
just gotta
say,
find them. But
yeah,
go ahead.
exactly. So, I say thank you for chatting, and it's been I feel it's a real pleasure to talk to you and have your opinions on things. So it's not that many people anymore that are willing and interested in such topics. So that's really nice. So you should really get some sleep, I think, and
Hmm.
and get your day tomorrow ready for or something, I think. So
Yeah,
maybe we should do this on a different time period of the so you don't have to stay up all night.
yeah. I was gonna go to sleep early, but why didn't I go to sleep? What was I doing?
Okay.
I probably got on a game or something. I can't remember, but as long as I get my main workout in,
Yeah.
or I think I'm gonna get to the point where I do it so much I don't have to do it every day. But I just started working out again, so I'm trying to
Okay.
keep it going every day. But my
Hmm.
body's already feeling better, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But I'm gonna get this workout in because my body still needs it. So as
Yeah.
long as I
Do
get that
you?
done, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Do you
What was you
exercise
gonna
or
say? Hmm?
do you exercise or something maybe sometimes? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do when I get off of this. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
and
Oh, really?
play the game and do my workout while I'm gaming,
Okay.
and then
Wow.
I'm gonna stay on that game until I finish.
Okay.
So
Well, that's impressive. So I Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's not because it's good to have some physical. It's not good to sit still all the time. It's not so healthy. So
Right. And that's what I was doing. I was sitting and I wasn't working out. And my body, for like 2 months, man, my body was just, I can
yeah.
feel it, man. I can feel it when I'm getting out of the car, my
Mhm.
leg. I remember
Mhm.
feeling it like every time I got out. And I would say to myself, man, I need to work out.
Yeah.
I get home and I don't work out.
Right.
And it just, now it's when I get out the car, I don't feel it the same thing. My leg is fine, but I did feel it today when I got out of the car, but it don't happen every time when I get out of the car. So it's already showing signs of improvement. I just got to keep going.
Yeah.
It was my leg, it was my back, the right side of my back. My body was just beat up. So
Yeah.
I got to
Uh,
keep it
the-
going.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to, you know what? I need to start reading the Bible again every day. I was about to make that a goal again today
Okay.
because I need to get back spiritually where I need to be. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm about to get on it. So
Yeah. Yeah. But we can go from there. So if I if you want to, maybe I'll meet you on YouTube and your gaming, or maybe if you want to send me a mail, there's time that is suitable for you and some other person maybe, and just please send me an email if you want or whatever, and you just take it from there. So,
okay,
that's okay. So I'll say you good night then. So we talk to you later.
cool, man. Well, God willing, we get back together, whether it's a
Yeah.
scheduled, or just a random, and then we do the
Mhm.
biblical spiritual discussions. I'm down for it. So
Yeah. Okay. Me too. So thank you for tonight. So we speak again then. Hopefully,
yeah, yeah,
if
God
God's
willing,
willing,
man. Yeah.
God's willing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, shoot, man. I'll catch you soon. God willing.
Thank you.
You
So bye
welcome.
for now
Okay.
then.
Yeah. Bye for now, man. And good topic. Good topic. I
Yeah.
don't even
Thank
know
you.
how that came
Likewise.
about. I think you brought it up,
Okay.
right? Didn't you bring
What?
it? Yeah, you
Yeah,
brought it
I
up.
brought
Yeah.
it up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So
Good topic.
okay. So maybe some other topics next time or something.
Yeah,
So
but I definitely
maybe
want to
we can
get back to
continue
that
also
one.
a little bit on the that thing you were talking about now, because I find that to be that's a little bit. I've heard some more than one theory on how that thing is with Satan being the adversary and all that. It's not. Uh, well, we can continue it the next time, I suppose.
Satan
So
been so it's in the category of the topic that we're gonna go over anyway, right?
yeah, I think that's a good idea because if you think so, also I feel it's complicated. I don't feel that I have a fully understanding of it.
Well, we can do like a study, kind of like a reading study or like an investigation or break, all
Yeah,
that.
that's good. Yeah.
Because we didn't read a lot, but I was just trying to show you the definitions of what Satan can mean instead of just
Mhm.
the actual main adversary that we
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
So that's why I was showing you like it can mean just an enemy or so it changes. It kind of
Right.
changes things because depending on who you refer, like I can say, let's see, like I can say, this lady at my old job was a Satan to me, but
Yeah.
how I'm saying it, she wouldn't be the actual enemy or the main adversary. I'm using it in a way that I'm saying like she was just an enemy to me. She was an adversary to
Mhm.
me. Whether
Mhm.
the actual evil spirit was in her or another evil spirit, because it's more than one evil spirit. So it could have been an evil spirit in her, or because I definitely do think spiritually something was going on because
Mhm.
she wasn't
Yes.
right. And
Okay.
so, I mean, It definitely could have been an evil spirit influencing her or in her, making her do what she did. But either way, she was an enemy to me. That's how I'm using it in a sentence. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely throw that in there.
I'll also think I have some other study Bibles. I'll try and look up that particular uh, scripture and try and see what I can find on it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man, check it out,
really,
man. You'd be
yeah,
surprised, man. That
okay,
surprised me because I thought
yeah,
Satan was just. I think I thought Satan was just like you. Maybe I thought I was thinking like that. I didn't know Satan
okay,
could be used for. I just didn't think it was used like that, and I was like, wow. So
yeah,
that
okay,
changed my mind on. Yeah, I was surprised.
yeah. Yeah, I think I've been thinking more about it basically someone who tries to trick humans into sin, but I'll yeah, but I will say I will check it out also on some study Bibles, and so we could actually maybe pick up the next time, whenever it is, to on that topic, and continue it for a bit at least, and then see if there is something else also.
Yeah, man,
Um,
this sounds good, man. I
yeah,
don't know what we're gonna call the video, but it sounds good.
yeah,
Um, maybe we can do it this week. I mean, like, what's today?
yeah,
Friday,
sure.
Saturday? Maybe
It's
if not Sunday,
it's
maybe going into the next week sometime.
next week.
If
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a snowstorm supposedly coming, and if we get snowed in, I'm gonna be
Okay.
free.
Oh,
Well,
really?
it depends if we have power, but
Okay.
if we
Wow.
got power, I'm just gonna be here cleaning up, dealing with these kids, eating, drinking some of the same crap I'm doing now, and I
Yeah.
can't go to work because we snowed in. So if that happens, man, I'll be free almost all day, or at least I'll have free time, and maybe that'll be a good time to do it, man. But you know what? If I'm most likely free, you'll probably see me live streaming.
Okay.
so
Yeah, but that's good. That's
so
nice.
so
Uh,
yeah. But
yeah,
that
that's
don't mean
good.
you ain't gonna be free. So I don't know if you're gonna be free, but
Right.
yeah,
So I think it should be nice. It should be a good time, I think, for that. So because I'm basically free to do that. So yeah, that sounds good to me. And I will contact at least one person and and hear if he
mhm.
is interested in joining in. So okay. Well, I say thank you for tonight again, and so we talk later then. So
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
okay, okay. Bye for now then.
All right, man. See you later, God willing.